coop.
Angels are like, we're not going to talk to this guy. Goodbye.
We need to empower all the magical people in the world now, while he's gone.
I'm just saying. Taste.
Why are we going
I've
to help
already
evil
accounted for
forward?
this.
I love it! Oh my god, why didn't I do that with my overlay? God damn it. You need to send me that bullshit.
Oh, wow.
Send me that bullshit!
My secret, my precious.
I chew on it. Nom 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 nom.
I just have the silhouette there that's supposed to be him.
And we are live.
God damn you!
Nom.
Our DM is
And that's what
not
she
an
said.
evil mastermind
She said
at all.
noms? Everybody should say noms.
What?
Noms are delicious.
And we're going to do our intros in a second as soon as I've taken a sip of this delicious Rubicon sparkling mango made with real fruit juice. Get yours today.
This week we are sponsored by not
Wait, are we
that.
doing
Oh, buddy.
advertisements now? Thank you to Raid Shadow Legends.
Now,
I'm sorry.
We're not good
try
enough
your
for that
free
one.
trial for Final Fantasy 14.
There you go.
I just logged into
And use yours
NordVPN
for
just to make sure.
You fucker, that's what I was about to say.
I was just gonna say, if you really want to get into something, good games.
All right.
Was it GOG?
And
I'm not sponsored by anyone.
Okay. Welcome to
Green
another
games.
episode of Survivors Tarnstead. We're
Man
going to
gaming.
start in we're going to belatedly start in our usual manner of introduction. First up, we have Blackheart as.
Carrick Marsk.
We have I forgot where I had looked for a moment and was
there?
really confused when Cat was the next one I was going to say. Then we have Kronos as.
Checks on Road Scala.
Adan as.
Tilda.
Sammy as.
Ifton Brockgren, hopefully sponsored by Wormwood Gaming.
Tobias as.
Don't believe Blackheart's lies. He's actually sponsored by Food Network as Louis Swa.
And me, Yuri, as your friendly DM. We are
I resent that
unfortunately
evidence
missing
to-
Marcus this weekend because he has discovered he has a life. Don't approve of it, but what are you going to do? Wait, what can I do to his character? I mean, who would like to give the recap?
I'd like to give the recap, but I'd like to suggest that at any point he might have horrible, empty reactions to the fact he did something really silly earlier in today. That would be funny. Okay, so anyway, hi, doing the recap. Last time on Survivors of Tarnstead, going back into what happened last time, we were given our lovely gifts for completing our mission. Carrick received 3 wishes, one of which he spent on a simulacrum, one on protection for his family, and the third one I believe was... Heck was it?
Acid resistance for the
acid resistance for the party. That's right. That was a big one. Shaxan got land somewhere in Hexenreich, a keep that he has to clear out to claim it fully. Telde got somehow more charismatic or something. I don't know. I don't know which
It's a
book
bit
it is.
shinier.
Corvus got a magic gun. Louis Swa got the ability to turn back time and change one event that he can claim at any point up to the point of his death. Gifton got the ability to get a question answered. Dingus got 3 wishes, one of which he used to make Gifton into some sort of weird... I can turn into a pseudo dragon now. He can teleport. He can make a doorway that goes to the food room and also connects to the house. And he's also a dragon now, but we don't know that yet really fully. Or kind of. Carrick's little critter got more charismatic as well, and Louis Swa's mount got the knowledge that she dearly seeked, which is where the good food was kept. We floundered around a little bit because Oberon made Dingus into a Feylord. The Feylord, who was the wolf, took Louis Swa aside, said, "Hey, I like the cut of your jib. I'm kind of like the recruiter for the Green Knights. If you're interested, here's my card. By the way, here's this nice parting gift. I give you these really cool gauntlets." And he was shaking out his cool gauntlets. Shaxan and Carrick were figuring out how to load up some water. Gifton, of course, got dunked earlier and lost a bunch more years, so now she's like 10. Telde and Corvus started to try and single out this area that the weird plants were growing towards, and it made Telde vibrate. Fast forward, we dug a hole. We dug a really big damn hole. There was a thing at the bottom of the hole that makes metal vibrate so fast it melts. Carrot got sent down there nearly naked, to the joy of all the Fae. Retrieved the item, found out how to turn it off, started figuring out how to play with the different settings, put it in his bag, saving it for later. The Fae were invited into the food room with us. While in there, we found out there was a doorway into Beacon. We went off to Beacon. Gifton sent a message off to Raziel to let him know, "Hey, we came out of the Fae. You should be totally okay." Didn't get a response back. Didn't think anything about it at the time. We all went off kind of to do our own things for the night. Louis Swa went and stayed at Carrick's Tavern because he had nowhere to go. The next morning when we all meet up, we had over the night, Telde went and talked to all the Warforged in town, Nathaniel and all of them, and started trying to like gauge out how they would feel about going into the Fae, and he had a lot of really interesting conversations. The next morning, we all kind of had a big powwow at the tavern. We talked about a lot of different issues. Gifton brought up her questioning thing. The discussion came about maybe talking to the angels. Gifton said, "Hey, I'm probably going to open myself up for the angels to come visit, but I don't expect anybody else to have to do it. But I think that it might not be bad to have somebody trying to open up to start talking to them a little bit." And then the entire party ended up deciding to do it. As a result, we all followed a bunch of crazy sounds into the woods, dismissing our protection from Hea, like smart people would. And then 9 angels appeared in a flutter, making a semicircle in front of us, trying to be hopefully non-threatening, but wearing creepy-ass masks with the symbol of Lolasil that Gifton and Carrick can recognize, because we've seen those symbols before. And one of them in a bone mask says that he was really looking forward to this meeting, and starts to take their mask off. And we see it is, in fact, Yamiel, the Amor angel that was the Watcher angel back in Dulwood, that was following us for a little bit before Hea threatened to evaporate every angel that ever came near us. And that's where we cut off last session.
All right, go ahead and take yourself a standard inspiration.
Standard inspiration. I want one of these.
Nibble on it a little bit.
Chew on the edges.
No.
I'm sorry. Now that it's been licked and nibbled, we no longer accept it here. I'm sorry.
Right, and this is where we resume. After I take a sip of my delicious Rubicon sparkling mango made with real fruit juice. Get yours today.
Remember, you could be rolling your dice in a
Delicious.
classic wormwood box right now.
I can't. Mine's not arrived yet.
No. Wormwood,
Enter
come
the
on your ass.
special code DUMPSTAT to get absolutely no discount on your purchase.
Yeah, use the special code DUMPSTAT to get an error saying this code is invalid.
I don't just like, oh, wait a minute, who the fuck are you?
All right.
All right.
Um,
I'm looking visibly startled and going to stick a step back.
And Yomil just his eyes flicker to you briefly, before he sort of slowly inclines his upper body in a very shallow bow.
I will bow back.
I also will return the bow.
It's been a while, Yamiel. What, a year?
Perhaps time is a little hard to keep track of sometimes. I'm sure you understand business and all.
Yeah.
I hope the year has treated you all well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some things not so great. Cassie died, but, you know.
Cassie
happened.
died.
Yeah.
Cassiopeia still shod.
Yeah.
I did not hear of that.
One. Complicated.
Must be if I did not hear of it. I hope you understand that is unusual.
I mean, to be fair, you probably did hear about it, but you also wouldn't place it.
There's a slightly curious look on his face, but he just inclines his head towards you as if he understands that you're being deliberately vague. Before he sort of turns.
I'd be much more open to talking about this some other time. You've got a lot of strange new friends.
Yes, I hope you forgive our appearance. There is cause to hide ourselves.
I'm assuming this is why you haven't been coming around until we opened up to anybody, so it'd be less likely they'd notice specifically you coming.
A soft smile crosses his face, somewhat bemused, because I have not been coming around because I do not wish to end my existence too early.
Oh.
Why would that happen?
Because your young goddess has made it quite clear what she thinks of interluding angels.
Oh, yes.
But I am glad that you have opened yourselves up for visitation. Enough of the pleasantries, I suppose. You must be curious as to why we are here.
Oh, well, this is Shaksan, and this is Louis Swa. New people you don't know. So.
I know them both well.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I don't know how. I've never met you before.
I would assume this through our actions, not through us.
Indeed. In your younger days, I saw you a few times. And you, he looks at you, Louis, I have seen quite often in recent years.
I think he means you kill people.
And I am one of many people who would collect.
Yes, that would be the general implication.
Still. And he looks to the other angels accompanying him, who some of them are staying very.
Wave at them.
Some are staying very still. Some actually sort of bow their heads to you. Others sort of just remain in fixed position.
Do they all wish to remain anonymous?
That is the intent. We nominated one of us, one that you are most familiar with. When he says that, everyone give me an insight check.
Oops, I accidentally clicked the
I don't
X.
know how I
That's
feel
not the right
about
button.
doing an inside check.
That was my good roll for the night. And I'm still the lowest number on the fucking board.
My character she's taking
There you go.
forever to
We
load.
won't take it for you.
It's Louis Swan knows none of these fuckers.
Alright, insight roll coming in from me right now. Wah!
Well, anyone
I'm proud of
over
you.
a 23
Yes.
will
Oh.
notice in the slight shift, the way his eyes glance from side to side, not looking directly at any one angel, but clearly taking stock of who is with him. That might not be entirely true, but nor does it seem like he's lying about being the one you may know the most. Just he isn't quite sure.
Doesn't know who we've talked to and when.
Mm-hmm. And he's a very honest man. He might actually be literally trying to count the minutes of interaction.
I'm giving a solid look at the Mirror's Angel because I'm trying to gauge if it's Lucy or not.
The Mirror's Angel actually just cants their head to the side.
I'm gonna can't my
And then there's, and then the Mirror's Angel just brings both hands up, thumbs raised, pointer finger overlaid over each other, and brings it up to their mask as if miming a smile. And
that's what they're getting back.
and you see the two angels flanking
And I
the
will
Mirror's
go bow.
Angel, one of which is Tamari, the other which is a All-On Angel. Both glance at them, and they quickly sort of tuck their hands behind their back.
I'm gonna bow my head so the Mirror's Angel back at me.
And meanwhile, Yomio, unaware of this happening behind him, is
Yeah.
is going to give you first an odd glance at your behavior before.
Because I'm just suddenly
Yeah.
clapping.
Before he thinks for a moment and goes, "Have you changed your hair?"
I'm not pregnant anymore.
Ah, yes, that is
that's
why
a
you
big
seem
jump.
smaller.
Actually, I seem taller because last time I wasn't wearing my ring.
No, general ratio's off. And he
It means the
God.
fact that you're physically younger.
I got dunked into some youth water fountain thing.
actually scours enough toward that, but otherwise, he actually looks at you, Telday, and goes, "You gave me much to think about last we spoke. And then so did the Fallen One.
Did you talk to Raziel?
No, but he gave me much to think about, as he has given much of us things to think about."
Oh, which fallen one have you talked to?
You misunderstand me. I am saying that he gave us things to think about, not that I spoke with him, as I have with Telday.
By reputation and knowledge of story.
Yes, indeed.
Is that how the 9 were chosen?
More than 9, but we are representation.
Intriguing.
I will be blunt. This is the way of my kind.
Hi, Blunt. I'm tempted right now.
He looks over at you all with a very serious, severe look and goes, "The gods have committed great atrocities. They have committed great atrocities to many degrees. Some of us disagree on which ones are the most important, but the fact remains that there are many, and they have gone unpunished. They have mistreated my kind, they have mistreated your kind. They have held themselves above the natural order of things. Do you agree on this?"
I do not know enough to say for sure, but it does seem likely.
They have done terrible things out of fear.
Out of fear and ambition.
Do you mean to
Yes.
use fear as an excuse for them?
No. I mean, to use fear as a reason. It's not an excuse, it's a motivation.
Do you
What
not
people do as a result of fear is on them, but you cannot discount the fact that the fear was there. You can ignore the danger that they perceived, that they thought they were abating. I mean, it's horrible what they did. It's awful. I mean, Gifton just like motions at herself and then the motions around and just goes, I wasn't exactly, I'm pretty sure that like my side pretty much didn't do very well. It's pretty apparent we didn't do very well. There's great vaults of knowledge that will tell you that we didn't do well.
And yet,
But-
apparently, your side and your goddess perhaps could not be forgiven for the many things that came before, but at least acted in the best interest of all in the end. I would call that a redemption of sorts.
And I would not discount them that. I mean, I look over at Yamiel and go, I don't hold against you what you did. What you might have done, what you could have done, all those times that you probably went along with it. It made sense to you when they told you, when they made you sink the world into water and take all the souls and just, and maybe they thought it was some sort of kindness that they made you forget over and over again that they were making you do this, but it's terrible, but at the same time, do I hold you accountable for the slaughter of my people? I don't. I do hold them accountable because they kept that knowledge. And they chose to do it over and over again to protect themselves. And they haven't tried to break free that we know of, but we don't know because all we know is this, right? All we know is this and what happened to Raz last. And I could show you it. I don't like the idea that the legacy of the people I come from is just to continue pain. I can't speak for all of them, though, and I look over at Telde. I'd like to try and find a better way, but you're right, it's wrong. It hurts. But if you step out of line, you won't win. You'll end up like the Fae or worse.
Yeah.
I don't.
He actually looks up when you say that, as if regarding the heavens, before saying, "Mortal kind has fought on many occasions with no hope of winning. Fought for what they believe is right. Does loss invalidate that?"
No, it doesn't. But if you really want to change things, you can't just go at them screaming and yelling. You have to try to find a different path because fighting didn't work.
A smile crosses his face, which looks a little odd, as if his face isn't used to making that motion. I have no intention, we have no intention of fighting them directly. It would be futile, and while it would be right...
It looks a little scary with you guys wearing the Lawlessil mark on your mask. It looks like you're trying to incite some sort of secret rebellion, and I'm not really sure how I feel about you guys using Lawlessil for that. But I get it.
He actually sort of glances back at you and is silent for a moment. We use this mark as a reminder of remembrance of their crimes, of what they have done to their own kind, as well as everything else. We mean no disrespect.
I know you don't intend it. It's just, it was a little creepy when you show up with that on your face. I couldn't tell if you were coming as a kill squad or something.
There is also the fact that if one of us is found, if one of us is taken, that mark is there to serve as a reminder to them as to what they have done and to why we act.
She nods. So, what are you hoping from us then? You wanted to talk to us.
You and yours. We do not believe any of this would have come to light without you. We do not believe the Fallen One would have returned to spill all, as I think you say, without your words.
He has a name, Raziel.
Yes.
He is not fallen, he is wrongly punished. And there are so many of your freaking fallen that shouldn't be.
One of the other angels actually nods as you say this, and it looks like the Talan angel he actually steps forward slightly and a masculine voice comes from beneath the mask as they say, "She has the right of it. We should treat him and the others that have been unjustly struck down with respect."
Churiel was a good person. Raziel was a good person. What has been done to them isn't right.
And when you say that, the Talan angel actually looks at you with... It's very hard to tell without an expression, but the attention is definitely fixed on you. But Yomiel just, nods slightly as if acquiescing to this. Yes, you are correct. Raziel brought revelation and truth. He brought the light to us. It is hard to escape old prejudices that are ingrained within us, and that is yet another of the crimes that we commit and have been forced to commit.
It's not just angels that have issues like that, or gods. Mortals have similar issues, as you probably have seen over the years.
It's not like the Fae are the most popular people on the continent, I'll say that.
Yet something else that can be laid at the feet of gods. Their desire
to be fair, part of it is our own fault because we went nuts.
And whose fault is that?
Pain.
Being brought about by your fall.
But nobody did know that would happen either. It is not a thing I think the gods sought to cause.
There's a slight frown on his face, and as he sort of looks between you all and goes, with every word I speak, it seems you seek to defend them, to excuse their actions.
Not excuse. Things must be accounted for, but there are...
It is easy to get caught up in the temperaments. But
yes,
I think it's good to remind, but I agree that the world has been wronged by them. I do not discount your thought there. I'm just, even if you were to manage to take out one of the gods, it would cause so much pain and suffering for your own people, the mortals, the world.
We have no desire to end them.
Gifton looks visibly relieved.
We do have desire to see them stand trial for their crimes, and if need be, face imprisonment.
I would like to see them make amends. I would like to see them make amends. I would like to see those that were wrongly punished brought back to the light.
And how would they make amends for the countless worlds that they have destroyed before yours?
Discussion of punishment is inappropriate before the trial.
The Talan Angel actually nods as if crossing his arms, and you get the feeling this may have actually been a point of contention that's been brought up between these groups before.
It is further a question of whether or not they can be brought to trial.
And also there is concessions that need to be made for the actions of various gods.
There's some glancing between the angels, and Yomiel clears his throat a little bit as to whether they can be brought to trial to make the stand to account. We believe that this is possible.
Mm-hmm. And how is that?
Do you have inclinations as to the purpose of the meeting you are to be attending is?
No idea. I actually was kind of hoping I could make a couple friends and hear some gossip. Kind of gives a shy smile. Sorry.
Before he continues speaking, you actually see one of the angels, the one with the fakely draconic-looking wings. They seem to look aside, as if trying to look away from the conversation itself. As Yomiel says, they are going to bring you to decide the fate of Morgani. They have made rules for themselves, stricter, unbreakable, binding rules. One credit to them. It seems they do not wish to see a repeat of what they did to their sister. They cannot kill one of their own. They cannot move to harm her. They cannot act against her, not through their own power.
So they would choose to have us do it for them.
He inclines
And
his
how
head.
did they do what they did to Hea?
They did not hurt her, they imprisoned her. Quite simply. imprisoning Morgani, however. She is a lot stronger than Hea was in her youth. And worriedly seems to be getting stronger every day. Hea is helping them withstand an assault. A spiritual one. I think without her, they would have already fallen. It seems Morgani is no longer bound by their rules. He is assailing them. Telling them their heavens. Each day, each moment. They are growing desperate.
What do you know of the possible fate?
I know that it is a point of contention amongst them. Some wish to see her imprisoned if possible, though many doubt it being a possibility. Others think it is best for both them and her if she is ended.
I mean for others.
If the gods fall to Morgani?
Yes.
I cannot speak for what madness would lead her to do, but she is assailing the heavens. I imagine that would mean an end to the souls. If the gods die, the heavens fall. That will bring great calamity. And then perhaps her gaze would turn here.
It would tear everything apart.
You've seen
And
what...
the fall of Morgani would again create a similar fall of her heaven, of his heaven.
Hurts her heaven.
One
Her-
is better
sorry.
than 8. But all the same, they think they might have a solution, or they are not sharing it.
That's really interesting, but why in the world would they want to have a meeting with us, though, if they're just deciding that? They should be talking to Hea.
Because they fear her still. Imbuing Hea with enough power to strike against Morgani would put her above them. Splitting their power to mortals, who can act on their behalf, that's far easier to reclaim.
Oh,
I wonder if there might be another way.
That is something you will have to pose to them. Although, if you do find another way, you have done much for us. Not fought for us, of course, but much nonetheless. I would hope you would continue to aid us, unless I must offer mine to you. That is what we are here for. We wish to gauge where you stand on these matters, to see if we can help each other.
I did not wish any more harm to come to angels.
I'm not sure that is going to be avoidable. I have no wish to harm my brethren. I truly do not. I would avoid it if I could, but if needs must, I will value your kind over our own. Your forebears led this example, and we will follow it.
Gifton looks like she's thinking about that forebears thing a little hard right now. You trust your 8?
I do.
How much?
He actually looks over them all, and you do see his gaze lingers on the Mirror's Angel
Would you ever
with enough to act.
distrust?
Okay, I'm gonna bow my head really quick. Papa.
Are you praying to Dad?
Yeah, I'm praying to Dad. I'm praying to Dad. Okay, so starting out with, do not assume this is violence or danger, because this is really important with Dad. He jumps really easy. There are 9 angels here in masks with the markings of Lawlessel on them that want to talk and offer aid. I could use your counsel. If you think it is safe for you to come, I would be cool with that. If you don't think it's safe, don't say anything. I'll understand.
Right, do you clap?
Yep.
Right, on the final clap, there is a fluttering of wings behind you, and a gentle and familiar hand lays on your shoulder, and you see
Just like turn back and hug.
And as you are embraced in return by Dadriel, everyone else, you do see 3 or 4 of the angels take a step back as if starting. There's a look of more curiosity than surprise on Yomiel's face, as if he is trying to discern who exactly is standing before him.
This is Dadriel, the prime of Lawlessel.
And there is a moment of silence before you just you hear one of them, you think Tamari Angel, based on the coloration and sort of styling of their mask. Feminine voice just going, oh, that's impossible. As Yomiel gives you a soft squeeze, before stepping forward around you.
I mean Dadriel, right?
Dadriel, yeah.
Yeah, Yamiel's not hugging me.
No. Yomiel is not a hugger.
No, he does not have that hugging mentality. So he's stepping around.
Quite possible. I am one of the many that is left of Lawlessel. And he looks at you when he says that. And perhaps one of the few that still retains memory and faculty of previous cycle. Paper.
Just paper.
So what's actually being discussed here?
So they're piecing together everything that happened with the gods and Lawlessel, and expectedly upset about what happened and that they don't remember it. They want to offer assistance, and they're warning us about I told you about the upcoming meeting with the gods that's coming up thing. I told you about that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, good. Well, they were telling us kind of a little bit. Apparently, the gods and the heavens are all being assailed by Morgani, who's completely gone full tilt against them right now. And so they're bracing against that. And they said that they think that the gods are going to try and empower our group to go fight Morgani. And they were letting us know that they would be on our side for anything else is going on, but they feel like the gods should be kind of held accountable for what they did, but not kill the gods, but they did bad. And yeah.
He looks at you as you talk, and then sort of looks over at the group of angels and goes, and how do you plan to achieve this? And Yomiel sort of seems to steady himself a little bit, accepting what's been said as truth, seeming to accept it readily, before steadying himself and just replying, we plan to find those of us that share similar beliefs, and when the gods are weakened, confront them and demand that they stand accountable. And if they resist, then we will try to take them by force if possible. And Dedrio just shakes his head. And Yomiel frowns. The last wish of my mother was that no harm would be directed at her sisters, at her brothers. I will not forsake that. If your cause will go forward without violence, I will support it wholeheartedly. I will help. But if her hand is lifted, no. And then he glances at all of you and just says, I'm sorry if that is not what you wish.
I'm going to smile at him. I prefer to take a non-violent approach if we can.
Pain begets pain.
I do not wish to let them hurt the world again.
No.
But I do not wish to hurt them either. It is not fair that one has to possibly face the other, so let's hope we can do better. Let's hope they can do better.
I am willing to be a calming voice, and I am willing to be a bulwark against harm, but I am not willing to be a sword. And Yomiel frowns, and you actually see the All-Our Angel. You hear another feminine but gruff voice, sort of just spitting out a little weak. And the Illan Angel next to them actually gives them a look that you think might be Sophia just by the sharp turn of the head.
Mm-hmm.
And Yomiel sort of looks at all of you and goes, are you all of like mind?
I am.
I do not see any good combo fight. Either they are brought fallen and their heavens fall, or we are destroyed and our people are. Neither of these are a winning scenario.
We will do everything that we can, I think, to try and bring them to justice without bringing the world to harm. For all our sakes, right?
Corvus just looks like he's contemplating and does not answer.
Corvus's eyes deep into the empty.
Yomiel's eyes drift over to you, Louis Swan, and goes, you're a fighter.
Yeah, and I only fought to get a point across, a point that no one ever took.
And then you would
The only
understand our
person-
cause.
Oh, I understand it perfectly. However, there does have to be an attempt made at a peaceful solution before hauling off and popping someone. Violence is a quick and easy answer to a complex problem. And it's sometimes it is the most effective answer because some people only listen to violence. But most of the time, it is not the proper answer until all other avenues are exhausted. I will easily end someone if they harm someone else. Choice.
His gaze actually turns to you, Telday, and you see his eyes lingering on you, looking you up and down, where he goes, I see the age on your soul. It's far greater than last we met.
That is correct.
And if what I see is true, you have lived a great long life and seen many atrocities, I suspect.
That is unfortunately also correct.
And you know how often polite, peaceful talk works.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? I kind of,
And you know
Yeah,
how
didn't come
often polite, peaceful talk works. Not very.
just staring at the moment. No direct response.
So I am to understand that if talk fails, If violent action is all that is left, I am not to count on you.
I will stand to defend the angels.
If violent action is necessary, call upon me. I will be involved.
I will stand to defend angels, and I will stand to defend this land.
We do not advocate it being the first option, but if it is the only one left, then others have been tried and failed.
But I will not seek their deaths. I cannot do that.
And we are in agreement on what is the desirable course.
Mm-hmm. I
But
think we are.
if the undesirable comes to a head, if imprisonment is not viable,
We can't let them raise the world. We can't let them kill all the angels. We have to protect how we can.
good. Then I will leave you with this. They will tell you that that the power will burn you up, that it will return to them, if you are willing to give it or not. This is a lie. Keep it.
Not the first lie they've said.
No. Keep their power from them. Let us deal with them. Help, if you wish.
What is your plan for the other?
Or the young goddess?
Yes.
She is guiltless. We would have her oversee things. It is not our position to reign, though I would hope she would take our advice. There are many forces in the world that require the oversight of the gods to work. To leave them unattended would be disastrous.
What about the first dragons? Have you considered that problem?
As far as I was aware, that was a problem you were dealing with. You require aid. You will have it.
I'm gonna pull fires to go. Everyone just assumes we're handling it. Nice. Because I can tell you, the gods apparently aren't.
Yes. Not a surprising revelation at this point, I would hope.
No, but I'm just saying one worries about the others. I'm gonna glance the group of them up and down. Are there more than just you?
There are, although I hope you understand that I do not wish to state our numbers.
Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. It's just that there are more. I'm worried about those that aren't with you.
I hope to convince more of our brethren beforehand, but I hope that they will come to see things correctly if a trial is held. I don't know what we will do if they do not.
What will you do if they stand against you in attempting to bring them to trial?
He actually looks down when you say that. He will try not to hurt them. Their faith is misplaced, but that is not their fault.
Faith, powerful thing.
Cannot blame them for loving who they come from.
No. For even as I speak these words, my heart aches at the betrayal I am bringing to my own father. This is not an easy path. I will not hold
No.
them accountable for. Still, we will try to do this without harming them, but I fear that will be impossible. But try we must.
Well, if you ever want to talk, I'm kind of around sometimes. Kind of give that. Kind kind of busy trying to get the Fae back in order so that way they could hopefully make a stand if anything happens.
A worthy task.
And it's a surmountable one.
Well, in that case, I think we have said what we need to.
Mhm.
You have our aid if you need it. You know how to reach us.
Well, I had to reach you and kind of gesture at the rest. Hopefully it bounces.
I can communicate things to the rest of us. Be sure of that. You, Arlisil's Prime. And Dadriel. Could we have words? And Dadriel actually furrows his brow a bit and leans down a bit to sort of whisper to your ear and goes, certain these are to trust.
I have a good feeling about some of them.
And his eyes linger on Yomiel, and you feel his grip on your shoulder tighten a little bit. It is hard to forget what you've seen, but I will take your word for it.
I will give him a little bit of a hug and say softly back, he might not remember anything that he might have done. And to him, you're new and different, and he's never met you.
Still happened.
I know. I think of that every time I look at Telday. I give him a pat.
And he just nods his head a little bit and goes, if any trouble arises, you call me little sister.
Of course. I'm gonna go back into the Fae and deal with Gabriel some more. I'm gonna get this look on my face. He dunked me into youth water.
I was meaning to ask, but
Mm-hmm.
you,
I'm gonna go get this fixed.
it's a good look, what, a year or two?
Gifton looks frustrated.
Someone's a market of 13.
I lost like almost 10 years of my life.
It's hard
That
to
is
tell.
a substantial amount for her.
And it was half.
Well, and
I didn't have that many.
I'm sure you will fix this. The long route, perhaps.
No, I'm looking for quick and easy. Ask my husband to wait a long time.
Yes. Lust is a great motivator. I'm sure you'll figure this out.
Yep. You be safe, okay?
I will try.
All right. I'm gonna go back in there. I wanted you and Raz to go with me, but he kind of bowed out at the last second, and then I kind of got like literally ganked into the Feywild by Gabriel. So I guess that's kind of what's going on.
If you wish for me to come with you, I will tell these lot to.
No, I think this is important, and you're, actually an angel, so they should probably talk to you.
You are far more important than they are.
I'll be okay. I'm totally good at running. Also, he's actually really nice. He's actually kind of, I look over there, he's been pretty passively nice, right?
Gabriel was a nice man.
He's being very, like, a bit of a twerp, but
So accurate.
Yeah, he's very nice, though. I'll just do my best for him, okay?
He was arrogant, but he thought to do the best, so it gladdens me to hear that you will do the same for him.
Mm-hmm.
Be safe. All of you, be safe.
Safe out of trouble, brother.
We will. Thank you.
And
I'm gonna bow to the group of them.
A few of them actually bow back. You see the Mirror's Angel, the Illan Angel, the Yomiel Angel, and the Talan Angel all bow quite deeply. The rest give courteous
then
little
Gifton's
nods.
just gonna start going over and giving hugs because that's what she does.
The Immor Angel, Yomiel,
Stiff as heck. Stiff
he
as
doesn't
dead.
even actually stiffen. He just does not change his stance, and just looks a little perplexed.
What is this physical affection?
The Talan Angel actually gives you a sort of weird half hug, like arm is hovering, and there's a couple of gentle pats to your back, as if this is how you treat a child.
Just head pat,
Yeah.
pat.
The Illan Angel actually embraces you.
Oh, I give them a deep hug.
Yep, and you actually hear a little whisper in your ear of, "It's nice to see you again."
It's good to see you too.
And as you head over to the Mirror's Angel, there's a mimed look of shock. The hands go up as if, oh my god, she's approaching.
God.
And then there is a hands come out as if to embrace you, and they hit something.
Uh-huh.
And
Oh
they-
no, fake wall.
And they start hitting this fake wall. And then they just give you a sort of helpless look of, can't do it.
All right, I'm gonna pretend that I have an axe. I'm gonna start, and I'm gonna start breaking through the fake wall.
The hand goes to their mask, taps it a few moments before they put a finger up in exclamation, and without the wings actually moving that much, there's a slight quivering of them. You see them starting to rise upwards in the way they're pointing, and as they get about 10 feet off the ground, they vanish.
Oh. I pretend to set my axe down, try to do the pretend lean on it, and I'm not good enough at miming I fall over.
As you set the pretend axe down and go to lean on it, Gifton, you feel resistance.
Oh no.
It feels like there's something beneath your elbow.
I look down my elbow.
There's nothing there, but the moment your gaze actually goes there, that's when you fall.
Okay. Damn it.
And Yomiel just
You Wile E.
looks
Coyote yourself.
exacerbated at this. Right.
Gets a sad little look and goes, "First angels are always so much fun."
Eric's gonna bow and do a second bow towards the Morgani angel, the wings out.
The Morgani Angel turns to face you and she gives you a bit of a deeper incline of the head than they did generally the group. They then look to Yomiel, who sort of shrugs a little bit, and they actually split from the group to come over to you, Eric. And as they do, Dadriel moves over to the rest of them. There's a few quick exchange words, and then they all vanish with that fluttering wings, leaving just this Morgani Angel standing before you all.
Greetings.
There's a hesitating pause before they pull their mask off, revealing what looks like to be Hexen-like features. There's a certain build, certain hair color, just the way the eyes are. Actually, you know how you tell nationality. But it's a elderly-looking woman. You think maybe in her 60s, 70s. Yet her features are still strong, filled out, just lined with age. And as she pulls her hood down, there is grey hair that is actually very closely cropped to her head. And she regards the lot of you and just goes, "So, you are to be the judgment of my mother."
It sounds like it.
Apparently, yes.
Many of my kind have already started to try to come to terms with what is happening. But I still cannot accept it, so I beg of you, please, try and help her.
That is what my hope has been.
Yeah, we didn't know when to mention others, I think, but we have discovered some avenues alongside that idea.
Good. Then there is hope still. When it comes to act against her, if you plan to save her, you may call upon me and mine. We will come. You will not stand alone.
Thank you.
Get that?
I fear not to join you to act against the first dragons, though. While my fellows, the other gods' angels, placing confidence, they hold a sway over us that I fear.
Yes, I will admit my own slight worries on that, on my lineage.
I hope you have the strength to withstand them. Know that if you save Morgani, you will have the gratitude of an entire host.
What we do is not search for gratitude, but it is accepted.
And that is exactly why you will deserve it. I bid you good luck.
Thank you.
I will not respectfully do the Morgana Angel.
Since you said we may call on you, may I ask your name, please?
Let me open up my bloody notes, because this is one I was warned that I should name, and I agree.
I told you. I told you.
Yeah.
It's like you have a player who's got a character partial here.
My name is Draco, the Dragon Lady. I mean,
Oh,
Hey, Dragonheart.
Okay.
no, we're not playing Dragonheart.
Yeah. This one. There it is. She just inclines her head a little bit and goes, I'm Nakia.
You're just gonna need to type that. That's just the only way. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Nakir. I will color pin you if needed. Hopefully we can save her, hopefully.
I've heard that you and yours have done many things that are quite unlikely, so you have my faith.
That does seem to be a lot in life.
We'll do our best.
She just sort of clasps her hand in front of her and nods, mouth moving a few moments as if trying to think of something else to say, or she's unable to find the words, just giving you all a deep bow.
I know that maybe many of those that were here wouldn't understand, but the last message of my goddess that I stumbled on, the last message she had for anyone who made it, was forgive. And that weighs heavily on mine and Dedriel's hearts.
A good message, but forgiveness should come after repentance. I hope that is what we can find.
I hope that is too. But I hope we can save her from the madness that is taking her mind. She does not deserve what is being done to her.
Additionally, we would say as the gods will, but I think it is as the mortals will now. I leave her fate in your hands. And She steps back a couple of spaces, wings flare out, and with a less fluttery sound, she is gone.
Or whoop.
Mhm.
Well,
I can say I've met one in our time.
yeah, we probably should ask her that question Talia wanted, but it felt really awkward.
Perhaps another time.
Yeah, maybe sometime when it's not like sounding like scary stuff. We should get back into the Feywild before Oberon realizes we've been gone for a while. He might get cranky.
As you are all speaking, you hear a strange sound. It's like a almost animalistic, long-pitched whoop, almost. But it pitch shifts very high to become to the point of almost being inaudible. And you can see Dingus actually sort of waving his head about as if he can still hear that pitch and he doesn't like it.
Oh,
What
okay.
is that?
I thought he was making the sound when you started to say that. I'm like,
No. And
where is that sound coming from?
perception checks, everybody.
I'm bad at this.
My
That's why I
But
need
my-
to take that thing so I can like hear forever. Also, I have
passive is an 18.
to track down my damn pixies. Is what I got to do.
We might be fighting them.
My character sheet is taking forever to load. This is what happens when you try the stuff that's in beta testing. It messes up your character sheet. I believe it.
There's beta testing stuff.
Yeah, I've been testing the new Roll20 app on my phone.
Oh,
I
okay.
got the invite thing, so I did it.
It's very easy to pinpoint the source of the sound, but a little harder to make out what it is. But 15 up and we'll get it. So I think that's most people with their passives. Don't know why I ask.
Yep.
A few trees away, but still with a sight line to where this is, you see the form of a Heian angel detaching itself from a branch and then taking off past the tree line.
Really?
Why did it make
Just
that
sad
noise?
it wasn't included.
Hey, one, where are you going?
There's no reply. It sort of vanishes up above the tree line and out of sight.
We are very far from Saha.
Why is it?
But we are one of the goddess's points of interest.
Oh, so she left that here to protect us just in case. That's kind of nice of her.
Also, we did invite angels who wish to speak with us. It is possible that it may have heard that.
And we did also pointedly renounce the protections that the goddess had given. She would
Yeah.
probably be aware of.
I'm gonna flap up a bit and see if I can spot him.
Okay, you flap on up. Go ahead and give me another perception check.
All right. I have Dingus with me, so I have advantage.
Yeah, you could roll with advantage, or Dingus can roll his own.
I can't roll with advantage. Dingus isn't a familiar anymore.
Ah, I mean, no, he's no longer
Is he a
familiar.
stranger to you?
He's not a familiar anymore.
I mean, he
so
can still
roll
he can
it.
give you the help action.
Okay. I'm looking for Dingus's help here.
Okay. You do not see it.
Okay.
And
Hello? Did
Di-
you leave?
Dingus is meeping curiously.
I guess they're gone.
Hmm?
Yeah, I don't know. All right, I'm gonna flat back down to everybody else. Okay, well, we need to find those pixies and get out of here.
So that's probably a good idea.
Okay, do you guys want to spend some time trying to find pixies?
Yeah, I'm thaumaturging.
Okay, you're gonna thaumaturgy. Anyone else searching?
I'll
I'm
search.
searching, but I'm gonna use thaumaturgy. Pixies, it's time to leave. Pixies,
you have
I
a
said it's
pixie's
time to
name?
leave.
Don't you have one of their names?
I don't
Oh,
get any of their names.
Uh,
I didn't ask their names.
everyone-
I'm being nice to the DM.
Give me your choice of either perception or investigation check, everybody.
I'm
Wow,
not
bad
looking
at
too
both.
hard, so I'm going to go with
Okay.
perception.
I'm getting assistance from these.
Hey, perception.
And this is active, no passive.
I will
I'm gonna
investigate.
get assistance from Dingus. Wee. Yay!
Hey.
My 27.
Okay, You find them within the first hour. 40 minutes in,
All of the leftovers.
you actually see them at one of the houses in town. They are actually like trying to lug a jar of milk out of the window that they have like a little that sort of cracked open. Just got a little heist going on.
Did you guys want milk?
We didn't take milk.
Oh,
But
well,
do you think you have?
oh no, this milk is nearly crushing you. Let me help you. I'll pick
No,
it up.
no. I
Yeah, oh no, it was
We-
falling on you. I saved you.
caught it.
Oh, you're so brave. I should reward you. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go pick up some sweets at the bakery. You can pick out whatever you want, and we're gonna take it back into the Fae because we're going back.
There's some sort of
You know
hushed
what
discussion
I like
between
to get
them.
from the bakery? Bags of sugar. You should get those.
Oh, God.
Might want to be
Have
careful
bag
about
sugar.
saying anything they want.
What's a bakery? I don't know. Bags of sugar is-
But you'll each get one thing, not people, thing.
We get to choose one thing from the bakery, not people.
Yep.
Okay,
And it has to be carryable by you.
No, I don't mind. I'll carry it for them.
Agreed.
Who's actually going to lean into her and go, "Oh, they're going to try and take the oven."
What fun would the oven be to them? They could have sugar. They could have candy. They could have bread. Why would they want stone? Boring.
She is never
He's
gonna.
going to lean in because they're fake.
There's a pair of squinting eyes from you. One of the brighter of the trio, but this is air quote brighter, is peering suspiciously and going, "Now, if I point at a bag of sugar, are you just going to give me the bag?
No, I'm going to give you the bag and its contents.
So if we choose a thing, we get its contents.
As long as it's not people.
As long as it's not
You
people.
cannot choose the whole bakery either.
I wouldn't choose the whole bakery. You can't move buildings. We know that.
Yeah, I can't move an oven either, so please don't do that.
Look at Gifton with that look of.
But I'm taking out, but I'm shaking a little bag of coins. I've got money. Let's go buy something.
No, I'm just giving the look of like I can move the oven.
Oh, I wonder if they have those strawberry tarts.
She's never going to forgive us for this. You know that.
Good.
What's a person?
Well, I'm
Oh,
a
no.
person. You're a person. He's a person.
I'm a dragon.
So you're not a person?
I'm a dragon person.
Oh.
The
Just like
baker is
he's
a
a dragon
person.
What about the shiny one?
He's actually a person.
as well.
He's just a very shiny
kitty cat?
person.
Person.
Yeah, looks like she's thinking about that one. Gifton's not willing to give an answer.
You should likely not give away any pets that may be in the bakery.
Well, I have to pay for them. All right, let's go in.
Alright, so you take them to the baker's, which is
Just
closed.
Take
No living thing. If
somebody's
they want
cat?
yeast, they should be able to have it.
The baker's is closed at this hour. Do you see that as an obstacle?
No, she's got lots of money.
Hey, why is the baker's closed this morning?
Is it morning? I thought it was evening.
no.
We literally had breakfast.
Oh, that's right.
I'm trying to laugh.
Okay.
I just,
The baker's
It
is.
just hasn't opened yet.
Listen, they keep very odd schedules here in Beacon.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, the baker's is in fact open then.
oh, that's right. We're baking, not the.
Yeah.
London.
Hello.
As you head on in, there's a halfling in charge, and he is short.
Oh, good. I can
short
lord
man.
my height over him.
This halfling is young, red-headed, as most people in this blasted land are, and is perks up at the
Excuse
side
me,
of you.
I told these three they could have anything they want in here, and I'll pay for it.
Okay. But are these family?
Yeah, they're related.
Then in that case, Lady Greystill, I know you're good for it, so please, yes, look at my goods. They're all quite good. Yeah, good.
Good.
Going
I'm
to
just
give-
gonna put like a gold piece onto the counter and shove it. towards it. That'll
Now,
cover whatever they
the
want.
fairies are sipping around, and he's watching them a little nervously because he's seeing your children and so on. They cause enough chaos. These look a little bigger, like, just in general. And
and way more active.
yes. And as they're sort of looking around, he does sort of lean over the counter, which he is on top of a set of boxes. They seem actually well built for this purpose. He's basically got little steps, and he just goes, so "They are family, right, Lady Greystone?"
Yeah, they're cousins. Like 3 or 4 times removed, but related.
Okay. And one of the Fae actually sips into the back of the store. And then you hear her yelling, oh, quick. And the other two perk up and sip on back as well.
Oh, no.
And you then hear the screeching of wood. And he's starting to look a little worried. As
Should I go back and check on them? Is that all right?
I would not dare to tell you what to do, my ladyship.
Just set down another gold piece as I go around the back.
And you see these 3 little pixies rather mightily dragging an empty barrel towards the doorway.
What do you want this barrel for?
Container and its contents.
What's in the contents? It's
Many
empty.
things soon.
Oh, you're smart.
Yeah.
All right, fill the barrel.
Okay, so they are going to start dumping, indeed, bags of sugar.
I'm helpfully going to move it so they're not dragging it crazily across the floor. I'll get Carrick to help me move it. And I'm just going to pull a platinum out and put that on the
I'm
for your trouble. For your trouble.
After I help move that, I'm going to go back out and just if there is something you need, emergency
This is their last
supply
chance
of.
at really good food before they go home.
I mean, they're just putting
really
bread
excited.
and cakes and... Well, no, hang on, I need those. And you hear a sort of little metallic banging as one of them actually finds, metal utensils and a baking tray. It's like, oh! And they
These are great.
yeah, and those get dropped into the barrel.
Iron?
No, maybe they'd probably be silver, actually.
Still.
Steel? Okay.
Yeah, I was just say steel is the thing at this we're using, so
Yeah.
that would be made out too.
Yeah. I go. It's okay. I'm covering it.
Remember, you guys had to really seek out iron stuff. They've kind of moved past.
Yeah. I'm just tapping the platinum that I'm shoving toward. It's okay. I got this. Okay. It's okay.
If there's any emergency supplies.
They're really excited about cooked food.
All right.
They come from way in the woods.
If there's any emergency supplies you need to continue your work, stop by the tavern and supply you temporarily.
Thank you, my lord. I think they're taking the tavern's bread delivery.
It is okay. We can take care of it.
And eventually they have loaded up this barrel, and they are perched triumphantly on its rim. The one that found the barrel looking so smug.
Mm-hmm. Very good. All right, we've paid for it. Carrot, could you please haul this out for these 3 very intelligent people that picked the best thing ever?
Yep, no people in there.
Yep, no people, right?
And there's some giggling amongst them.
Just hear a muffled, help me.
I'm going to count how many
Just
pixies are here now. Are there still the same number of pixies outside of the barrel?
Yep.
Okay. I was
No,
figuring
they got a whole bunch of gingerbread men.
Yeah,
and they shoved them in their
gingerbread men
lap.
have gone in there.
They're cackling about.
There's going to be a few
It's like
disappointed
people.
kids in the village today. It's like, oh, no gingerbread men.
I'm going to pick it up and start carrying it out.
Okay.
All right, we're heading out. So
All right.
we're gonna go.
inside the barrel.
Actually, when we get outside, I'm just going to Dingus, can you just do your
Yeah.
thing
Dingus
that
in
you
the
can
barrel?
do?
Dingus appears at you for a bit, and then just starts to like wiggle his head about. It's like, this? Dance?
No, you're supposed to be able to get us into the Fae, right?
Oh, meep meep.
Yeah, can you do that?
He bobs his head.
All right, do that.
And he then starts to focus really intently at the wall outside here. He asked him to do this when you exit the bakery, right?
Oh yeah, we did this outside. As I said, when we get outside.
The bakery gets a second door.
Oh no.
It's more towards the outer corner of the building, so you got central door, window, and then this door appears right at the corner of the building.
Great, now I'm thinking of the Mario.
And then he goes meep meep as if saying that, and then meep meep meep. Or did he mean portal?
I was thinking portal, but that's fine too. All right, through the food room, everybody.
Okay.
We should really put a warning sign on this door.
I thought we had the discussion to put a lock on it.
Actually, wait one sec. Before I go in this door, taking out my sending
Oh,
stone.
actually,
Hey,
hang on a second. Before we continue, let me check something real quick.
If there was a lock put on it before it got moved.
Actually, no, I had to check the rules I've written for his
already?
ability myself. He can't move it outside of Gifton's home, the exit to the food room. So yes, he focuses for a moment and then looks at you and goes, "Can't do it."
Okay, well, you can't get us to the Fae at all then?
His eyes unfocus before he bobs his head and goes, "Can't do."
Okay, do that.
And he focuses at just a spot next to the bakery, and a portal opens. It looks an awful lot like the one you often open up in trees, sort of shimmering green, but just in midair.
Okay, cool. Yeah, taking out my sending stone, a different sending stone this time. I was gonna take out one to RG and be like, "Hey, warning! There's an extra door at the bakery. It's super spicy. Don't let people in." But that one's canceled. I'm taking out my one to Raziel and going, "Hey, brother, heading back into the Fae. We'll catch up with you later. Adriel was meeting other angels. Bye." And then I'm waiting for a second.
No reply.
His first thought was,
Furrowing
"Why does he
brow.
sound younger?"
Furrowing brow. Well, I sent him a message yesterday night when we came through, and he didn't say anything. This is my second message of him not saying anything. Furrowing brow, stepping through the
We
portal.
gotta go investigate.
No, stepping through the portal. Stepping through the portal.
Did you say there was no response? Or
No, I didn't say anything. I'm just furrowed brow. Step through the portal.
step on through?
Everyone going through?
Big effing barrel.
Yeah.
Everyone goes on through the portal, and you find yourselves back near the bridge.
Okay.
In the
Set
Feywild.
Set the barrel down for the pixies. All right. This is your barrel. This is your contents. Have fun.
There's some excited chittering amongst them, and then they start basically screaming at the tree line, "Look what we got! Come get it!" And a horde of pixies fly out.
I'm going to move out of the way
Uh-huh.
because I'm making sure I'm not in the intersection between those two forces.
I remember next time
Yeah,
to bring more
stuff.
sweets and wine.
But yes, this barrel is lifted into the air by just a flock of fluttering little wings.
But haul it off.
And I hold it off, cackling. Yes.
Yes.
Hopefully, they're really
A couple of them have found the things that they could smack together to make noise.
Yeah, there's
Just the clang of metal as they take off.
very noisy.
So, will Oberon be upset about the extra noise?
No, it's music.
Okay. Try not to make him angry at us, you know.
Meep, 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 meep.
This is also Dingus's turn. You did amazing. I'm gonna scratch him under the chin.
Make door go now?
Yep, make door go now.
Okay, and he squints his eyes again, looking at the portal, and it winks shut.
That's handy. So, weird thing, I didn't get any messages from Raziel when I've messaged him like the last 2 days. Has anybody else been able to get a hold of him?
Not have any way of getting a hold of him.
I use my sending stones.
Could the preparation in their area prevent such magics?
I mean, that's probably right. I mean,
I didn't. mean
I'm
to
just
ask
worried
what
you
they
don't
were
think
doing.
anything happened with like the trolls or the gnolls, right? He'd be okay. He's super strong.
What are the limitations on the objects again?
Well, Well, she did just
Same
leave
plane of
Keston
existence.
before we came here, correct?
Yeah, I did it when we were in the other place because I didn't know if it would reach from the Feywild. I said these stones haven't
Perhaps
worked in
that is
Feywild
where
before.
he is.
Unless he also came through.
No, he said he wasn't going to come through because I asked him and he
mean,
didn't.
he hadn't heard from us in we don't know how long.
Yeah, we really don't know how long we've been in here. Well,
Meep, 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 meep. And there's flashes in all of your minds of Raz's fear and lies. I think there's a saying that sometimes he's a big fat liar.
He
do you think?
is.
It's not true. He's not normally
That is a
fat.
fair point.
Aw, that was the nicest thing you ever said about him, Dingus. I scratched him under the chin. Dingus likes fat.
Dingus flaps wings happily.
Well, I guess we're not of any exact direction right now, correct?
I believe we were told to head south in hopes of finding the
Yes.
pond that can fix, and she points at herself.
But we have not been tasked to fight another beast or anything.
No, and been told we can go off the path and we can do whatever we want. Just kind of go
So shall we?
wander.
Which way did we head to get here? Out of character.
You came in from the west,
Okay.
as far as you can tell.
So we're gonna head southerly as much as we can.
It's rather, you know the direction you came from, you can look that direction. You have actually no idea what is north, south, east, or west because it doesn't feel like the sun moves. There's no weird growth of moss in certain directions. There's basically very little in the way of indication of direction.
Does anyone have a magic way to tell the direction?
I don't think that would help.
Well, I mean, how do we know which way is south?
He pointed that way.
Yes, he did point in a direction. We told us it.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, shall we go that way and see what comes?
Yes.
And besides any magical means we would have of finding it, only are usually items that only work.
I'm gonna take out that fancy new violin I got, and I'm gonna start playing it while I walk.
Okay. It produces a lovely sound as you walk, as you all start heading northwest in the Feywild.
Northwest by
North by northwest.
North by northwest. Yes. Where's my other character sheet?
I had to a northwest time and we're going to change campaign we're in.
Right. Okay.
Oh no.
Norbin.
Oh, I did not mean to do that, but hey, it worked.
So, are you just going directly across grassland? Past trees and so on?
I'm just following whatever direction he pointed. If there's a path, I'll stay on the path, but there's no path.
There is no path leading that way.
Going up through the woods.
Although you did see a path that
does
branched
have
off in that direction, back the way you came to get here.
Yeah, let's go that way
We
then.
had permission to not be on the path.
Do you have permission to not be on the path?
Being on the path is very safe though, so I want to stay on the path. I'm walking on the path. If somebody wants to veer off, I'll follow them. But
I'll follow you.
I'm playing my fiddle.
It is probably best to stay on the path as much as possible.
Okay, you start heading back the way you came to meet the branching path. As you're walking in that direction, playing music, is anyone joining her, or is you just leaving her to play on her own?
I do not have an instrument.
Dingus is making sort of like long, meepy trills, trying to like sing along.
I'm singing while I play my.
I'll sing along. I'm not going to pull out my musical instrument, but I'll sing along.
Louis will sing. Louis has nothing better to do today
Okay,
except embarrass himself.
what song are you leading them in?
Rhythm Nation.
Okay.
I was gonna say we should do Sweet
Actually,
Caroline, but I'm
I-
not sure we're technologically advanced enough.
Yeah, boom, boom, boom.
Country road.
I'll swing some. Oh, you know what? I'll do. We'll be all right if the wind's in our sail.
Okay.
I'll do that one. I'll do that
Right. You're singing this as you're walking along, and after about 20 minutes, you think, which feels a little longer than it took to get from the branch to here to the bridge, but who knows with this place. There is a sudden rustling in the leaves to your left, and a head pokes out, a familiar one of a bush, and quickly followed by a deer taurish body, and you just get a sort of quizzical look, and they go, "No, you're not in water, right?"
Am I?
No.
Are we sure?
They look down at the hooves on the path, and there's a couple of curious little taps before they nod. Pretty sure.
I was in water earlier, though.
But not now. Were you sailing?
No, I was flying, and then I fell into the stream.
I was gonna say the wild sea is very far from here.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know of any ponds or waterways that make people older?
Make people older.
Yeah.
She scratches her head a little bit, and there's a little tap of hooves as she starts to turn on spot, and she seems to be peering around, and then starts a little when she does a full turn and finds you all standing there still. Oh, you're looking for a pond that makes people older?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Oh, okay.
I
Are you
know.
having a good time?
I don't know.
You look confused.
Is that who I am?
You don't remember who you are?
Do you remember meeting us previously?
She looks side to side, and then starts to do that turn again, as if trying to seek something out, and starts once more when she turns back to face you all. Oh, no, I can't find that.
Can you come out of the bush?
There's a curious, more than hesitant step forward, and then she comes out of the bush, fully onto the path.
Are you okay?
Maybe?
Did you accidentally give your name away?
Maybe? No.
Was there... No?
No, It's there. It's at the tip of my this thing.
Tongue.
Your
Tongue. Yeah. Am I tongue?
No, you're not tongue.
Oh. I like the sound that makes.
It is.
It makes many. It makes many sounds.
It does make many sounds. Weren't we just on a boat? We were sailing.
Yeah, we were sailing on the boat, remember?
Yeah. Where are we going?
Oh,
a pond. You want a pond?
Yeah, we're going to a pond.
I know where a pond is.
Where?
She points back at the bush she just came out of.
Is there a pond in there?
I'm gonna make an insight check with my character sheet rolls.
Go ahead.
I'm actually really worried that I may have triggered a stroke in the Fae in the areas because I sang a song.
In the bush.
Alright, I'm gonna go through the bush and look.
If she's playing or if she.
No, she seems genuinely confused. There is no pond behind the bush, but there is clearly disturbed foliage where she seems to have come from.
Let's go back this way then. I'm just gonna start following the path she had.
I will. what's the word? I will say that we be cautious, just in case there's something that makes you forgetful ahead.
Where's the boat?
Shh, we're gonna find the boat when we get to the water.
Oh yeah, boats are in water.
Yeah. Do you remember your song for going fast?
Her eyes widen a little bit. Go fast. Da 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 da. Go fast. Da 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 da.
Gotcha.
Go fast. Is that it?
I don't think that's it.
No.
I am going to start playing a different song on the fiddle and the singing.
What are you
I'll go
playing?
for. You know that tune I picked up in Lawless Hills Heaven? I'm gonna do that one. See
Okay.
what happens.
Alright, you start playing that one, and she sort of, her ears flicker a little bit as she tilts her head to listen a bit more carefully, and she starts to make up words to it, and they're absolutely nonsensical. It's like, walking super fast, going somewhere to find a boat.
Find a boat.
As you is everyone coming off the path? Everyone following along this trail left by the confused
I am.
No point splitting the party.
I
going to go slowly and
Okay.
keep an eye out for
Sure.
things that.
I'm worried about her right now.
That's why I'm on keeping my eye out for stuff, because I'm worried that she got into something that made her forget things.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't want
to find her. I'm trying to find her name in my notes because I wrote it down. But hell, if I can find it right now.
It
It was a really cute name.
You all walk along following this trail. It's Keat.
Yes, Keat. That's right. There it is. Yeah, I have like Keat written on a bunch of sheets on my sheet with all the names from the raiding party that I came up with the last time we played, and I'm like going. Keat has a circle around it, but I don't know if I use that for the one or the other. So Keat, you don't remember anything? Do you remember your friends?
She doesn't reply straight away, and when she sees you sort of looking at her, she glances, the other side of her, looks around a bit, and then just points a finger at herself.
Your name's Keat, remember?
I'm Keat.
Yeah, you're Keat.
Wait, what don't I remember?
You seem like you forgot things. Do you remember your two
Oh
friends?
no, what have I forgotten?
Do you remember the Dryad?
Her eyes start to linger over all of you as if trying to figure out who's the Dryad.
The Dryad is not.
You remember you had a bow and arrows?
Her eyes drift back to you, and then go down to your quiver.
No, you had your own. Remember, you had a bow and I had a bow.
Oh, like, and she mimes playing like you were musically.
Yeah.
Are
So
we musicians?
it looks yeah, we're musicians. It looks like you came from this way. So let's check back what's over here. We need to find out. One of our friends has lost their memory, Keat, and we're gonna figure out what happened to them.
no.
Okay? I know it's very upsetting. I'm glad you and I haven't lost our memories. And then
after about 5 minutes of confused wandering with Keat, who seems amazed by her surroundings, by the way.
The joys.
Wow, everything's so beautiful.
The joys of everything being new.
Hmm?
Oh wait, everything's new to us too.
You actually start to hear a sound from ahead. Just a sort of low, soft laughter, feminine, and splashing.
Hello.
And there's a sudden silence. All splashing ceases, And Keith goes, "The boat!" and charges off ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna chase after her.
Okay, and she
Remember to be careful as she runs off of the waters here.
We only left Keith alone for a night. I don't know what happened to her.
She crashes through some bushes, and as you come out after her, you do see a beautiful pond. Surrounded on one side by some white rocks. There's a tree growing out sort of against one of the rocks, creating a nice overhang over this pond, which is about 30 feet across on all sides. It's actually very round, not entirely a circle, a bit more natural than that, but close enough. And sitting in the water, leaning up against a branch, just arms draped over it, seems to be a figure made of the very same liquid. Clearly feminine. There is a strange watery made bust exposed above the water. Long, sort of almost foamy hair covering one side of their face, and they're just looking at you with annoyance.
Was it nature to identify Fae or Arcana?
It would be Arcana.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, she's back.
She was like acting really disoriented and like she doesn't know who she is anymore. And I was trying to figure out where she went that made that happen. We should go, Keith.
But the boat, though.
No, there's no boat here.
Find a boat in another place.
Wait, how do you know she's called Keat? The strange watery, which to that Arcana. This is a Fey water spirit. This is a nymph.
I met her yesterday. Her name is Keith.
Oh, you already know her. If she wants her memories back, she's got to promise to stay away.
Well, she won't remember unless you let her remember.
Yeah,
So
I was
she won't know
hoping
to
she
stay
would
away.
just wander off.
Yeah, it's easier for her to not come back. She knows that she did bad now if you get her memories back.
I
And then she'll know
did?
not to come over here. Yeah, you did bad. You weren't supposed to come over to the water.
Oh.
I know. See, she's really upset, and we don't want to be here. We just wanted to help Keith. We'll go back to the path.
How
Please?
about, as an apology, I invite you all to come take a nice lovely dip in my pond?
Insight.
What happened?
I
What
like to
happens?
roll an insight.
Go on.
What happens to us if we go in
Nope.
the pond?
Oh, it's so relaxing, and you'll just feel so free of all worry.
It sounds like we'll
Is it-
forget everything.
I made a 34 insight.
Louis, this sounds pretty honest. Anyone that's rolled above a 10, yeah, this is a pond that's clearly going to make you forget everything, and she's just trying to get you in it.
Yeah, I guess I'll just roll that. But I have a 19, so I think I'm okay.
I'm not forcing anyone to roll.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think that.
Is she in it?
The nymph is in the pond, yes.
She's
Okay.
made of it.
I think that water would probably make me forget, and I have to remember that that we're supposed to go to court because Oberon told us to, so we shouldn't forget.
Her eyes narrow a little bit as if trying to gauge whether this is the truth or not, which, give me a persuasion check if you'd please.
Lord Dingus of the Fae can't give me a bonus on this.
Lord
can he?
Dingus says they cannot give you the bonus because he's going water.
No, I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna get advantage on my persuasion check because I'm not
Uh-huh.
good at this. Oh wait, I have a doohickey. I have an item I can use. I think it'll add to my roll, but I'm gonna roll the persuasion check first. Advantage because I get that. Yeah. Okay, that's not great, but I have some weird magical doohickey.
What's the magical doohickey? Because that is a failure.
Yeah, because I have a doohickey. I have to find it in my pile of bullshit. What is it?
do you remember what the
called?
doohickey did that we might be able to assist?
It's
Is
like
it
a clockwork.
The clockwork amulet doesn't work on that. It works on attacks.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to instead give myself a wheel. 'Cause I have that.
Okay.
and roll away?
6 Please. 4 succeed.
That's a success. It was a 15.
All right. Yeah.
Her eyes narrow a little bit before she lets out an exacerbated sigh and goes, "You're going to meet Lord Oberon?"
Yep.
Oh, fine. Okay.
You just made Dingus your Lord of the Bridge.
Roll me another persuasion check, please.
Okay. Don't have advantage, but yes, I am believable as fuck.
Proper one. For this one makes sense.
Her gaze lingers on you for a moment, flickers to the silver dragon who puffs his chest out. Her mouth opens as if to say how ludicrous that is, and then realizes it's Lord Oberon. Yeah. And then she slowly inclines her head and goes,
He laughed because I got dunked into the water that makes you younger and turned into a pseudo dragon, so you got made into a lord.
"You have great sense of humor, my lordship. I beg your forgiveness. I will return your friend's memories." And she actually just lifts out of the water what looks like to be a handful of white pearls.
Oh my.
And she
Pearls.
just sets them onto the grass beside the shoreline and then moves away from them, heading into the center of the pond.
All right, Keith, pick those up.
Keith looks hesitantly at the water before trotting over and starting to pick the pearls up one by one.
Is she supposed to wear them or?
Swallow.
All right, eat those, Keith.
They're really hard.
Put them down your throat.
Can I have some water to wash it down with?
No, no, you cannot. You know what you can have? Some of my wineskin.
I
Ooh,
was gonna,
I think I like wine.
Yeah, there you go.
okay, I was going to offer her.
She'll come over and start to thankfully these are relatively small pearls, so she starts taking them like tablets with the wine.
Secretly, I refilled my water skin at the youth.
Did you actually?
No, I didn't.
Okay, good. Don't even say it's something you're going to forget.
And after a few of the pearls, her eyes widen a bit, and she goes, "Oh, I'm Keith. Yes, okay." And then she starts to down the rest far more hurriedly.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm just gonna start leading her away. We won't bother you again. I'm so sorry.
and there's a sort of little sloshy wave. There's a droplets actually go wave off of her hand as she does it. So, and then there's a little beckon at you, Carrick.
Thank you for the offer, but we must be going.
And there's a very dramatic pout.
You're going to give her a bow and then head off with the others.
Right, and you are able to start returning to the path as Keith, now looking very embarrassed, goes, "Oh, lords and ladies, I am so sorry for... I didn't mean to waste your time like that.
This is no problem.
I didn't...
You can make it up to me by helping me find a way to get to be an adult again."
Why? You're really cute.
But I liked being taller.
I guess... Okay,
It does make her
So-
difficult for her children to
right,
listen
so
to her.
we find you some way to make you taller.
Okay, I accept this.
Gonna go find her.
Have you considered stilts?
Oh, stilts! I know
Maybe
somebody
platform
that
shoes?
makes the best stilts.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like your feet?
I am fond of them.
Maybe not then.
You know what, Keith? Maybe you'll just be okay. I give her a little pat on the arm and go, "I think we vaguely go this way."
I'm just- You go. Do you often find people who don't like their feet?
Don't go into strange waters, okay?
Yes.
Well, you can't tell me that, and you're going that way. There's lots of strange waters that way.
I know, but I have to go looking for strange waters to fix this.
What's your height?
Yeah.
Have you pondered stilts?
Has she eaten all the
Yeah,
pearls
is it
yet?
her?
By the way.
She has, but then she smiles.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
I'm gonna squint at her. Thank you, Keith.
Okay, well, thank you for helping me with my memories. And she starts to pat about on her little pouches she's got around her waist, and she pulls out what looks like just to be a little daisy and holds it out to you, Gifton. Thank you for helping me get my memories.
Oh, thank you. This is very lovely. It's
Mhm.
not gonna make me lose like my memories or my thoughts.
No,
or
no, no, no,
my
no,
eyes
no,
or my
no, no, no,
nose.
no, 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 no,
No, it's not gonna
no,
hurt me.
no. It's a buttercup.
It's a daisy.
Yeah.
No, it's a buttercup.
It's a daisy though.
Mm-mm. Look, and she takes it, and it looks very much like a daisy. But she tips it, and you see what looks like to be liquid butter starts to run out of the center of it.
Dingus, are you seeing this?
Meep 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 meep.
Dingus wants.
Meep.
Dingus wants the flower back.
Dingus just leans his head back and opens up his mouth.
Ah! All right, I'm gonna take it very lightly. Thank you. That's a very lovely gift. I'm gonna tilt it so Dingus can just fill up on butter.
Dingus is happy. So if you ever see a daisy growing in the field of buttercups, pick it. It's a
Yep.
buttercup.
Oh, thank you. That's really smart.
Does that do that forever?
No, of course not. Flowers die after they're picked.
Okay. I was just checking.
Oh, poor flower.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, right?
Yeah.
Alright, bye-bye.
Bye.
And she just starts to bounce off down the path.
I'm gonna like give Dingus cholesterol as we head off. Hey, this only does this for as long as the flower's alive, Dingus. You gotta drink quick.
It's fine. He's not going to be able to fly for a very long time when we're done here, knowing how this is going.
We're talking about he's a big brave dragon. He's fine.
Right.
He's,
The mage in me finds this place incredibly interesting. The scientist in me abhors every second I am here.
I mean, it makes you curious what goes on in the heavens if this is what happens here. Wonder if
Listen, we're
similar
crazy.
things.
Right.
Jax will look at you and give you a look that looks vaguely abhorred.
Okay, who is taking the lead?
I will, because the silliness is getting thick even for Louis Swa.
Alright, so you're going to march in the lead?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm lingering back because I'm playing with a buttercup now.
Alright, Louis Soir,
Buttercup.
I would like for you to make me a survival check, please.
That is why Carrick wasn't.
Oh, PG.
He has no training in survival. Somehow.
Okay, 1 second.
No, that's not bad.
It's so weird rolling contested rolls for survival checks, by the way.
I bet.
Okay. Yeah, Louis, you are walking ahead and everything seems okay. It's a little hard to gauge as none of this makes
It's
sense.
different.
Yeah. But yeah, you don't particularly see any hazards until you step around a tree, and the moment you're are you barefoot?
Yeah.
You barefoot? Okay.
Always barefoot.
Oh, you're catfoot.
The moment your barefoot touches the ground, suddenly the ground quivers beneath it.
I am stepping back.
Okay. I step back, and the ground looks like it's wobbling a little where you had stepped, and just slowly settles.
I'm going to kneel down and I'm going to poke it.
Okay, who's coming up behind Louis?
I guess it'll be me.
I'm gonna near the back with Dingus for eating butter.
Okay, Louis is poking the ground. Louis, as you poke the ground, it wobbles. Jackson, Louis is weirdly just poking solid ground.
So I have an honest question: is with the fact that I have 1 foot bare affect anything right now?
You stepping it in?
Jax will From the angle I'd step in, actually, the robot foot would head first, so I don't think counts as bear.
Mhm.
So he's going to put the foot down and go, what are you doing?
Jackson,
Ground's wobbly.
as you step, you're just stepping normally. Louis, Shaxton his foot has settled on the ground, and Shaxton is sort of tilting as the ground wobbles beneath him.
I'm going to grab the back of his collar and haul him off of it.
Cat, you're drunk. Go home.
Get down, Mr. President.
Hey, don't go
Was
grabbing
I
my friends.
What's going
Was I
on?
wobbly according to my view?
Nope.
What are you doing?
So apparently you don't see it, but I do. The ground's like it's like a pool of quicksand with a very thick top on it.
Is he drunk?
So like a peat bog.
Yes.
I checked my wine.
But
skin.
apparently you don't see it, but I do.
What is the ground? Is it dirt?
It's
Stone
grass.
or- Grass. Okay. And we're on the path or off the path right
You
now?
are off the path.
Okay.
Very often.
Is this wherever he's poking? Is it seem to be like an open patch compared to? Is it all the same?
It's
around
all
here?
the same. That looks
I'm
no
going-
different from where you're currently standing.
I'm gonna like.
I'm going to step back to Tressa and go rooting through one of my bags real quick.
Okay, you touch the bag to open it, and it wobbles.
Oh, this is not good.
Touch the cat. Touch the griffin. You know you want to test the theory.
I'm still going to try and open the bag.
Okay, give me a dexterity check, please. That's a save, not a check, so it'll be even lower, I'm pretty sure.
Check. Do you want me to re-roll that?
No, tell me your modifier for your check.
+1.
+1. Okay. Yeah.
That'll be a 10.
So you are having a lot of trouble even getting this bag open. It's like the top of it, the button, the or you know buckle, whatever it is, just keeps wobbling out of your grip.
Oh no, I thought he was drunk.
Um,
Oh no, he had catnip. Oh no.
I'm
The rest of us watching it, we see him just have incredible trouble with the buckle.
He seems to be touching the buckle, and then his fingers like just moving over it.
just.
I'm going to tap him.
They tell you something you have not been drinking.
Louis,
Hmm.
Telde taps. Where are you tapping him, Telde?
Shoulder.
Shoulder. Louis, Telde taps your shoulder, and you swear you feel your shoulder shift and wobble.
Jello cat.
It's a disconcerting sensation.
Just
Oh, this is not a pleasant day.
just as a precaution, I'm gonna pull my pull of collapsing out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I was
pop it
going
open,
for.
And I'm gonna kind of prod at the ground where he was poking and just see if anything moves or anything.
Are you watching this, Louis?
Yeah.
The ground starts to wobble. The pole starts to wobble. The wobble continues through Carrick's arm, and it spreads across the ground. The entire area is starting to wobble. Your companions are starting to wobble.
Oh
And the
my
wobbling
God.
is coming towards you.
But what about the shoulders of his is already wobbling?
That had stopped, but
Oh, okay.
the rest of that wobbling is coming for you, Louis.
Julie's just going to stand there like, my life is hell.
I'm gonna start waving my hand.
Oh, no,
in
Louis.
front of his
Louis.
face.
Oh God, that
Yeah,
would be
you've seen the trick people do where they shake a pen or a pencil to make it wobble. That's what Telde's arm looks like.
Are you all right? Do you require healing of some form?
Louis just shaking his head and just sitting down.
Louis, you shake your head, and it feels like you can't stop shaking your head.
I'm just gonna double check. I'm
Oh,
guessing
no.
there's nothing at the ground when I poke.
No.
Right. Okay. Oh.
Are you trying to find the source of this problem?
Investigate. I'm
Think
going to come
Dolores
over
or
and
Reardon
I'm going
would-
to because all we saw him doing was walking forward, right?
Uh huh.
I'm gonna check his feet.
Walking forward, and he had to push past things and such. You're walking through untamed wilderness, which this entire thing is Feywild, but even more so. You want to check his feet?
I'm gonna check his feet and his hands and see if he got like poked with something.
Okay, you check his feet and his hands, and give me an investigation check, please.
Okay, this isn't good for me. Dingus, help me check this man over.
Meep.
Not good. We don't want to touch the cat. He's acting weird.
And he might actually be.
Gifton's doing that whole.
He might be acting weird because Louis, you're starting to actually feel dizzy with the way everything's moving. It's like you really have to try and steady yourself and get your limbs don't feel like they can support you properly.
Jax will go over to him. What are you looking for?
I'm seeing if anything stuck him. Maybe he's poisoned or something. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of weird plants and stuff and bugs, and maybe something stabbed him, or he got something on him because he's acting like he's got something. Like when I hit those, you weren't there for the mushrooms. But yeah, something. Did you eat anything strange lately?
No, only at Carrick's. My words are wobbly.
I'm gonna point at him and go, Nate Shax, why don't you look him over? I don't want to. Gifton's like, I don't want to touch the cat. I want to touch the cat.
All right, investigation for Jackson.
Doesn't want to.
Yeah. Dudley, can you give me a hand doing this?
Certainly.
Oh no.
Alright, get that advantage.
Yep.
Okay, alright, Shaxon. You start checking over him, and at first you don't find anything stuck in any pores or anything like that, but you do actually notice something stuck within his fur, and it's mostly on his right side, going from sort of forearm, bit on his shoulders, and you see little flickers in his whiskers and so on. Just looks like pollen. It's this very faint blue pollen.
He's just tripping balls.
Nice.
Jax will look at it for a second and
Clean it
take
up.
it off.
You get the pollen off of him, yes, but things are still wobbling, Louis.
Louis just done with the world, and he's crawling on Tressa and just holding
I'm
on for
gonna-
dear life.
I'm gonna cast this on him.
Everything stops wobbling. It feels like reality snaps back into focus, Louis. Tressa's just squawking
that has
at you
got to be a
curiously.
sickening feeling.
Yeah, it's its own kind of upsetting.
Blah.
Why
Tressa
did you throw
sniffs.
up on me? Why did you throw up on me? I
The
look,
world stopped.
I look upset and over to Carrot for
Tessa's-
help.
Tessa's
Jack will
sniffing at you,
probably
Gifton.
press the Gifton.
The griffin's actually trying to lick at you, Gifton, before it
That is
vanishes,
horrifying. That is literally horrifying to Gifton.
and then she
There-
squawks in annoyance.
Yep. No.
Do not lick the fire.
Angry
I am
squawking at you.
surprised we are not hearing any laughing Fae in this moment.
There is no laughing
Oh.
Fae.
It may
That might just be a
be
natural thing of the fair.
natural.
They
Yes.
might be a little too high right now.
Oh, I just assumed that there is always some watching and that they would have been amused.
Is there anybody watching?
Only a tree.
What language are you saying that in? Common?
And Faye.
And Fae? You gonna say that in Fae?
Yeah.
After about 10 seconds, there is a slow groaning of trees,
Uh-huh.
and then you start to hear sleeping.
Nope, nobody's watching. We're good.
I think you may have.
Just find that tree again.
Young things making noise, and about 20 yards off to your left, one of the trees is actually going to start rising up. And you see sort of limbs unfurling from the ground, lifting up dirt with them, and then a sort of strange pair of eyes opening on this trunk as this great big treant sort of stumbles itself up, awake, and the eyes blink tiredly towards you all.
Oh, sorry, wake you up.
I'm awake now. What's the problem, little thing?
I'm trying to find a pond that makes people older. Or a lake or a river
Why
or anything.
would you want such a thing?
Because I accidentally got younger.
Oh, joyous.
Yeah, but I kind of need to be older sometimes.
That is often the fault of the youth. But if you need to find water, maybe I can help.
That would be really great. Thank you. My name's Gifton. What's your name in a way that won't rely either of us used to losing our names? That would be great.
I don't worry about such things. Call me. No, that's not right.
My father's name.
Call me. Okie dokie.
love it.
Okie dokie.
Yes.
I'm
I
playing
remember a
Spawn
young
ID.
fawn that used to call me Okie dokie.
I love that name. Okie dokie's great.
It made me quite happy as well.
I wonder if that is Keita Vaughn out of character. I don't actually know what Keaton.
Okie dokie's gonna show us where the water is.
Yes. You say aging water.
Yeah, that would be better.
Let's see. And he actually starts to just sort of lumber off in the direction you guys were heading. He hasn't actually come to meet your path. He's just started going from where he is in that direction. And as he moves, he calls out, "Do be careful. Don't disturb the wobble bushes."
What's a wobble bush? Is it got blue pollen?
Yes, blue pollen, blue bulbs. They like to spray.
Oh.
You following along the treant?
Yep.
Okay. Right. Are you following on your path, or are you actually going over to move behind him?
I'm gonna go move behind him.
Okay.
Yeah, may as well follow his path.
Yeah.
Right. He starts to lead you along, and he's strangely fast for how big and lumbering his body moves. It seems his strides are quite big, although it's not exactly legs. It is just long, twining masses of root that are sort of motivating him along. But he leads you to a pond, and then seems to dip a root in, wiggle it about, and then there's a little maybe this way, and starts to go off in another direction.
I'm kind of trailing up by Carrick as we go, and I'm just kind of looking over to Carrick and going, "Oh my gosh, it's a real life treant! This is the coolest thing ever!" Gifton actually still excited about the Fae.
And it's not, and it's something that isn't trying to get me to go with it once.
We're going with it anyway. That was great! Yay!
It's not attempting to trick us nor kill us. It's very interesting.
Yes.
And he will actually lead you to 2 more ponds after this one, and seems dissatisfied with both of those.
What do these do?
This one will turn you a delightful shade of green. Green's a good color.
Oh, that's awesome!
The previous one will turn you into a deer. Not a bad life to live, though so brief.
Do you think he was trying to drown deer? I see.
I don't know if a deer drowned in it, although I suppose if someone went for a swim and turned into a deer, it's bound to happen.
So that would be the thing.
But not a bad way to spend one cycle, I suppose. Oh, no, I remember now. And he starts to head off back north by northeast again. And after about 5 minutes, he leads you to another pool, which the shoreline of it is not even brown plants; it's just dead matter. There is.
This looks promising.
Yes, let's see. And he dips the tip of a root in, which starts to wither, and he quickly pulls it out and goes, "Yes."
I'm gonna try and use a little druid craft on him, or actually plant growthy maybe, to make him feel better. Actually, be like, here, help peace.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it has much visible effect on him, but you see that sort of strange little shape at the front of his air quote face that makes up his mouth. Seems to upturn with a little creaking noise, and a set of sort of branches reach out and gently pat the top of your head, and he goes, "Thank you, little Faye."
Thank you. All right. Well, I don't know how much I gotta do.
You may want to do just a little bit, just looking at the withered root. Seems like it may be very powerful.
Do I have to like get like all the way in it, or can I just get like my feet in?
I would not dip more than a foot in.
All right.
But
I will...
why don't you ask for help from someone who knows how it works?
Who would I ask?
Or
The Lord of the Pools.
How do you reach the Lord of the Pools?
I believe they dwell in the center pool. But that is far, and it is but a cycle. If there is a mishap, then it is of little concern.
See, you got some of the other water, right, Carrick?
not with me, but
We can figure it out.
yes.
We have
Okay.
easy access to that pond because Dingus can take us straight there, yes?
Yeah. Right, Dingus?
Meep, 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 meep. And Dingus starts shaking his head.
I think you would look distinguished with gray hair.
Meep.
Is Dingus still
very
consuming
carefully
butter?
pick Dingus up, and I'm gonna set him on Carrick's other shoulder.
I'll be back in a minute. I'm hearing
And now
noise outside.
And now your shoulder's drenched in butter.
Not the
And I'm gonna
first
hand him the
time or
buttercup.
last time.
The buttercup is now dripping over your shoulder as he's holding it in his mouth, Carrick.
I'm going to gently take it so that it's not dripping on me.
This.
No. Let me finish so that he can get it, but it's not dripping on me directly.
Okay.
Neat. Yeah. All right. I'm
Would
gonna
you
start
like help, little one?
if you don't mind. Okie dokie.
How long would you like to dip?
I don't know how long it's gonna take. I mean, I could probably put like a foot in and then hop out.
Yeah, so you don't fall. And they extend some of their branches out to you.
Okay, I will take a branch.
And it actually starts to curl around you very gently.
Okay.
Right. I'm going to move you over the edge just a bit. Feet forward, little one. And
Alright, feet forward.
and they will sort of very gently support you above the water, just enough that you could reach down to it with your feet. But it's very easy to keep your legs out of it.
Yeah, I've already got my socks and shoes off. I'll go ahead and
Mhm.
put a foot in.
Okay, how long? How long?
Going 2 rounds.
2 rounds? Okay, 2 rounds, a foot in the pond. Right. Do you want me to roll your dice?
Sure.
Okay.
Gifton's gonna come out with old foot.
I have an important and terrible thing that has to be reminded of, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell the party?
I don't age
Yeah.
very well, guys. 'Cause I'm a druid.
Oh yeah, you fucked yourself in the throat. Wait a minute, the first one wouldn't have affected you either then.
No, it
No,
only affects
I
aging.
can't get older. I can't get older. It doesn't say anything about getting younger.
Oh, no, you still age. It just takes 10 years.
Yes.
It takes 10 years. So
But
I'm
that
going
says
to
nothing
gain
about the
so-
other direction.
Yes. Yep. So I'm going to lose so many effing years here.
Right, let's see. And okay. 5 divided by 10.
5 divided by 10? What's that? 0.5?
Yeah, you age about half a year.
Alright. I don't feel like it's
There is
working.
really no noticeable difference.
I'm gonna put my feet in a little bit more.
Okay.
I'm going for a full minute now. I don't know.
Full minute, 10 rounds, are you? All right.
Yep.
Ooh.
Let's we're gonna do a text roll of this because fuck rolling this dice that many times.
Mm-hmm.
24.
I'm back.
All right, 24 divided by 5.
Divided by 5.
You age roughly
just
5
shy of
years.
5.
Divided by 10.
By 10.
Divided by 10. That's right. So half that.
2.4.
Yeah, 2.5 years. So you've aged roughly 3 years. You're 13 years old now.
Going another minute. I'm getting.
Perhaps you need to
taking a
go
while.
further in.
Further in. Would you like to go further in?
Okay.
Quick, let me see if it
The
works.
arm reaches out a bit further over the lake, pond rather, and then
Oops.
dunks. And it doesn't dunk all the way so it itself goes in. It's just basically your lower body.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that doesn't make any difference. Only ingesting does.
Well. Okay. So now I'm up to like 16.
About 15 and a half, yeah.
Yeah, 15 and a half. Okay. A little bit more.
Right.
Another.
This
let's do
is
2 minutes this time.
very ineffective water. And
It is.
2 minutes, yeah? All
Yeah,
right.
2 minutes.
Yeah, and everyone, as you're observing this, you do note the alarming thing that none of this seems to take effect until she is out of the water. She does not age while submerged. It just suddenly starts to happen once she's taken out. 2 minutes. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I'm at 20, I think.
15 and a half, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, roughly 20. Bit over 20.
Yeah, roughly over 20. Okay, I'm good. Thank you.
Is that all?
Yeah, that's all.
I was about to put my hand
Branch
in
slips, skips,
See
and
if-
falls.
something was wrong with it.
He gently pulls you back in and sets you down on the ground.
It's not very strong. It's not like the other pond at all.
I suppose there would be little desire to have this be as potent.
Yeah, probably makes sense.
I have an important question. I know that I've probably never seen a extreme or heard of an extremely high level druid specifically for that sort of thing.
You will not notice.
Okay, well, I was just saying a general thing of some magic casters aging slower. Was all
No,
I was
it's very unheard of.
asking. Okay.
Most will stop aging rather than age slower or replenish their bodies or so on. This is not a particularly well-known phenomenon.
Okay.
However, I would say you can roll, but the DC of it is incredibly high because
Well, for one, we're
Yeah.
also not seeing anybody else really hitting it for any test of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So
there's
what
no
you're saying
baseline.
is we should trip
Yeah.
somebody into the pond.
That's why I was asking if
What
there
you're
was
saying is
anything
we
for
should
it,
throw a
yeah.
dragon in there. Because we're Team Baddock.
See, dingus, I'm
That's
back to
your
normal.
mother.
Yay!
beep, beep, beep. Still perched on?
Yep, still perched on. I'll pick him up. And I take the buttercup back. I'm gonna whirl the buttercup at Carrick so butter sloshes everywhere for a brief moment and then start
He
pouring
just
it back
bobs
into
his head.
Venus. Thank you
As
so
that
much,
was-
okie dokie.
As that's happening, I'm going to hold my probably butterfinger covered fingers out to Merrick.
Merrick is nibbling at your fingers, not just licking, but little tiny teeth grazes.
Okie dokie, you've probably met lots and lots of people going through the Fae. Do you think it's a nice place to live?
Yes, it's a wonderful place to live. Where else would I live?
I don't know. If you could live anywhere, where would you live?
And he falls silent, a pondering look on his face.
And then he never ever comes out of that.
He remains like that for as long as you go without interrupting him.
All right, Luton and B. I'm looking over at Thilde. All right, well, since we got that fixed, I guess we can go back to how did you want to go about things?
I am unsure.
Do we maybe want to try our way back, finding our way back to the first part in case the general did decide to come through?
I've heard that the fertile soil of Ash Mount is quite pleasant.
That sounds pretty neat. I'd like to go there someday too.
Hmm.
Are there any places you'd recommend us to go? This is our first time really kind of wandering around in the Fae.
What sort of things do the little ones like you enjoy? I know some plants with delectable nectar. The birds often chirp of them.
Oh no, he's hitting on you, Gifton.
Is there big, beautiful flower fields nearby then?
Yes.
Which way?
That way. And he's just going to point in a direction. It's not the way you came, seems to be to the right of it.
Oh, that sounds great.
No.
Which way? Oh, sorry.
If you go any way, I'm sure you would find sights and seeing worth having.
That sounds wonderful. Are there any, unicorns roaming around?
I have not seen a unicorn in an age, but I'm sure they are about.
Okay.
The fawns are quite fond of them. Would you like to find the fawns?
Okay, so do you want to find the fawns, or you want to go see the flowers? You just want to wander around?
The fawns would be interesting, I suppose.
I'll just say I heard there's the fawns.
The fawns
So did I.
live just off the path. Which way was the path? It has been some time since I trod on it. Well, you know where the path is.
Yeah, I think if we just keep going and we think about trying to get there, we'll get there.
Yes. You will always arrive where you decide to be. Follow the path. Though the journey may put other things in your way first.
Thank you so much, okie dokie.
Do you think the Lord of the Pools would mind if I set my roots here?
I hope they don't mind, but don't get too close to that water.
No. Perhaps I will move back to the green pool. I like the green.
I like the green pool too. It sounds pretty great. It'd be really neat to have green skin.
Yes.
Would it make your hair green too? Would your eyes go
Oh.
green? Everything would be green, right?
Yes, I think so. Do you think it would make me look a bit more youthful?
It might. We know where there's a stream that'll make you younger.
I would not want to lose my wisdom.
That's why I wanted to go into the water, because I'm wise. Gifton nods to herself.
Very wise choice for one so young.
All right, okie dokie. We're gonna go look for these satyrs. I'm gonna actually go over and give the tree a hug, because hugging trees is the thing you do.
Oh, and there's a very gentle patting of branches against you.
Mm-hmm. I hope we see you again soon. I'll try and find the green pond sometime.
I would like that very much. Safe journeys, little ones.
Safe journeys.
Yeah, we're gonna head back the way you came.
We're trying to find our way back.
Who's
to the
leading?
path. I'm doing it.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
I'm back to normal this time.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Give me a survival check with advantage now that you're aware of what's in the way.
Boing.
Okay, right.
Flunk.
Yeah.
Nicely dichotomous.
1 second. This isn't contested, like I said. So 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I thought I'd gotten you just because you rolled lower than Louis did. I was like, yeah. Then I realized I have to roll this.
And then she was like, "Ha! I still got you."
No, it just might be something different. 1 second.
Oh no.
Okay. Right. You start walking along, retreading the path that was left for you, and then moving back onto your own path eventually, heading towards the path. And you're starting to see vaguely familiar stuff. You think you're getting close when Gifton.
Hmm?
You feel itchy.
Yeah, scratchy.
It's sort of starting on your left arm, your left upper arm.
It's itching.
Yeah. That's starting to spread.
Oh no, itchy.
And everyone, you can see her. Yeah, she's scratching. Gifton is passing over your body.
Itchy. Itchy.
Do you happen to catch a plant that you're having an adverse reaction to?
Oh no, I'm really itchy. Itchy.
You know what? I'll hit myself with it because I already know this can happen.
Yeah, you feel fine now.
I'm just going to hit her with that.
I'm okay.
Okay, good, you did that. Right, you feel fine.
Sorry, like that's
Yep, I'm
the
fine.
solution last time. It's the solution this time.
How long have you felt itchy?
Not long. I'm all better now. Well, this way to the path, I guess, right?
And as you say that, and you step past the bush, there's the path. Far sooner than you expected it. You could have sworn there were like 5 more trees to go.
Hey, it's like the path wanted to be found this time. Hi, path. Do you think the path has like its own memories, and because like everyone's always on it and they know it's like the path, and it's like maybe like smart? Do you think the path like like cares?
If
Well,
it's like
people being
anything
on
else
it?
in the Fae, if it's like anything else in the Fae, probably yes.
I
How
hope
do
it
you
does.
treat a path well to show respect?
Yeah, you walk on it nice and you say nice things about it. Like, thank you, path.
Okay, right. You think the path and you start to walk along it, keeping the thorns in mind. Yes.
Mhm.
Right. After about 5 minutes of walking, which direction, by the way, are you heading back towards Dingus's realm or back towards like where you first came in? What direction do you choose?
I'm spinning on heel and going. Doesn't really matter, I think.
Okay. You are going back the way you first came in the Feywild. Not 5 minutes of walking, and certainly not seeing sights that you find familiar. You start to hear joyous singing, laughing, just general happiness. Not particularly raucous music or anything like that, just sounds of people spending time together. And as you round a very unnatural bend, you see that there is like a strange rock jutting up at the bend as if it's deliberately blocking the sightline of around the bend. Crossing around that, you come across what looks like to be a open field, set with a few small like little buildings and so on, just sort of wooden structures that look like they've grown out of the ground. Not quite trees, but just you see stuff made of like thin willow reed and so on, right? Yeah, sort of like that. And
His eyes get wide. Wow, it's a fairy town.
not that small. Not that small.
No,
but it is a fairy town, yes.
It's Fey folk town.
Yes. And as you do, you see a mix of a few different Fey types. Predominantly creatures much like Keat. These four-legged deer tors. You see a few satyrs in the mix as well. There seems to be a small tree man, very treantish, just very small, almost human-sized. Looks like a very young tree. And there's even a few pixies flitting about. And there's a wooden table set out with food and drink. And they just seem to be happily spending time together. There's little groups telling jokes to each other and so on.
I'm gonna start playing my fiddle on the way in.
As you play your fiddle, there's a brief pause in chatter, and it doesn't feel like that sort of hostile pause you get when people interrupt stuff in a bar or such.
It's just like, ooh, what's that?
Just curious, yeah. Faces turn over to you, and then the curiosity grows as your group comes into sight, and a few of the deer-like tours sort of start wandering over to you, and they're just waving happily and going, oh, "Hello there, strangers."
Hi.
Oh, you are a very strange little group. Are you from outside?
Yep, we're from outside.
Oh, well, welcome. It's not many that find their way here.
We were told about this place by Okie Dokie.
Okie dokie. Okie dokie.
Okie Dokie is the great big tree out in the woods by the green pond.
It sounds familiar. I don't know them myself. Still, if a treant has sent you here, then that can't be anything bad. And the path wouldn't have led you here if you had ill intent. So, hello. Please, come join us. We have food and drink. Some of the best wine. Thank you, the satyrs, for that.
Wow.
Yes, please help yourselves. There's plenty for everyone.
Not that we've had
This
a
place is
lot
great.
that have tried to trick us out of character.
Mhm.
An insight check.
You're going to do an insight check?
Yes.
Seems...
I'm just laughing about satyrs and wine.
Yeah, seems seems genuine.
Okay.
I'm not on the character who recognize anymore. Fuck.
I am. That's why I was making an insight check.
Yeah, this fawn, as they've been referred to, seems quite genuine. Perception checks from everybody, though, please.
No.
High five,
Nope,
Kara.
18 passive, if that counts for anything.
Does not count for this. Carrick.
Yes.
That satyr, a couple of groups over, near one of the shacks, talking along people, looks strikingly familiar. And you rack your brain.
There's more than one shack.
Oh no, it's Rolo, Tolo, and Vol.
Well,
This looks like Tolo, if you're
Okay.
remembering correctly.
okay, I should ask because there was the one you summoned, so there was the other chance of who it could be.
Yeah, but I don't think you've been there when I've summoned that satyr.
Yeah. Remember you summoned him to save the
Not that one, though, so
Yeah.
Doesn't
No,
matter.
it's not that one. So.
Does not seem to have recognised you, or hasn't cared, or hasn't looked at you long enough. You're not sure, but it has returned to talking to the group it's with.
I'm going to kind of lean down towards Gifton. And in Enochian, because it's one that might not be recognized by everyone, I believe Tolo is here.
Oh, that's nice. So this is a really great place. Have you had this town long?
Oh, we don't have this town. We just live here.
You just live here? Wow, it's great.
It's lovely. The ground provides very nicely for us. More than enough shelter for however many we need.
That's awesome. And just anybody can come here?
Yes,
And it's safe?
of course.
That's good.
You play lovely music.
Thank you. You have beautiful eyes. Gifton's gonna smile. Do you like living here?
Of course. I wouldn't be here if I didn't like it.
You don't want to go outside?
Outside?
Yeah, outside.
Done it a few times, but don't really like it.
Not really nice.
Last time, and someone shot at me with a bow.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
That is never a thing.
No. Well, you're not here to hunt, are you?
No.
Okay, good. The only bow player I want to see is with that marvelous instrument.
And I will start playing some more.
She claps happily and it's just sort of sprinks off to gather up what looks like to be a couple of her actual friends, and you see them actually starting to dance in a very jumpy way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
As you're playing, you get a little more attention. One of the satyrs, not Toro, but one from a closer group, comes over to you all and it's actually looking more curiously at Telday, and just goes, "Oh, you're a shiny man, aren't you?"
That is not entirely inaccurate.
I think it's very accurate. Oh, I like your shine. You're one of those fancy man knights.
That also is not inaccurate.
Why don't you take your helmet off? You know, have some booze, have some food.
I do not drink.
Beg your pardon?
I do not drink.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! And it actually covers his mouth and looks a little ill.
Will you be all right?
And he sort of shakes a finger at you as he turns aside and hurries back to his little group.
Wow, I think that's the best result ever. I don't drink. No.
Oh no. Oh.
And your
It appears that he is suddenly ill. Perhaps Corvus should take a look at him.
Corvus makes some comment about not really wanting to look into the Fae. And your music seems to be creating quite some joviality. The Fawns seem to be more inclined to dancing to this than the Satyrs are, and you do notice that this does seem to be exclusively female Fawns, male Satyrs. Eventually, Tolo does actually look your way. And there is a look on his face as if considering, trying to recall. And then he starts to walk on over.
Oh, it's really different back then. It's about this big.
Yeah, and I didn't have wings.
Well, I usually keep my wings tucked away.
Oh, I said I don't have wings. Because you would know me too, because...
Yeah.
Also,
We're apparently, other than Corvus looks really different too. So yeah.
This is the hesitation.
I'm gonna start joining in, trying to play along with Gifton.
And not wanting to interrupt the musicians, he actually heads over to the rest of you who aren't playing instruments. And he actually seems more comfortable to look at Louis Soir. And he just sort of motions and goes, I've met you lot before.
No, I don't believe we have.
No. I'd remember your face. I would remember your face.
Am I that rememberable, or do you just like me that much?
I get it.
Oh, a little bit of
And
both.
then I get a roll
God,
of
don't flirt with the Fae.
10.
And
Like
38.
Catman,
He-
you're
he-
really noticeable anyway.
he smiles slightly and goes,
And I'm gonna give
you got
me
a good
bonus.
good
So
mane on you, I will say.
Play really good.
It takes a while to grow.
And doesn't it always?
Special.
And he actually sort of pinches at his own sort of long little chin beard.
Yeah, it does. Especially when at some point people want you to trim it and keep it under control.
Oh no, you could not trim that glorious fluff.
No. 10 years of not grooming it, and it looks fabulous. And Louis is going to actually shake a bit.
Oh. Well then, first meetings, I'm Talo.
Nice to meet you, Talo. I'm Louis Soir.
Oh, Louis Soir. That's a fun name. Would you care to dance, Louis Soir?
My name now.
At the moment, no. I'm keeping an eye on the slot.
Hmm. No, this
That
not
one,
long.
as I kind of thumb over towards Carrick. I don't know why, but so far I have seen at least 3 of the dissidents of this realm want to take him away.
Oh, he's not of this realm either.
I don't think any of us are, except for
Oh,
her.
I'd assumed he's got such handsome features. I just thought he was one of the lords. Not
I
her?
have a word with us.
I met them a week ago at this point. That's about right, isn't it?
I love that. I just met them a week ago.
Actually, I think it's less than a week.
Yeah, it's very short time.
It's about 4 days
Yeah.
right now. 2 of which have been in the Fae.
I think I've been closer to 5.
It's close.
Don't often see your kind either. And he looks at you, Shax, and goes, here's some tales of you across the wild sea, but don't see you.
Yeah, most of my kind who come here come for malicious intent.
Yeah, you are the medley sorts. Not planning to bottle us, I hope.
I have no intention to. Why would I?
We hear stories.
If that is of others who are not me. I do not share many of my kinsmen want to control and hold it.
Oh. You and he's looking at Gifton and Carrick again, and now I'm actually going to give him a roll.
Uh-oh.
Okay. His eyes seem to snap open wide, and he sort of snaps his fingers and goes, "The one with the wine."
Unfortunately, nobody there has a fucking clue what he's on about.
Wine?
Yes, they came into our grove. They traded for some young humans. They left us with wine. It had to
Interesting.
age, but it was good. I remember they fled. Oh, she's the tricksy one.
You would have to talk to them about that. I only joined the group several months ago. He's only been here a few days, and I do not know.
Wouldn't want to
how
interrupt the
long
music.
you met him, I don't know. After the fact.
Do me a favour. Once they're done, tell them I'd like to talk.
I will see what I can do.
And I'll talk to you anytime. He looks at you, Louis Soir, and gives you a little wink.
And I'm going to blow him a kiss.
Oh,
Louis Soir's equal opportunity flirt.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Louis Soir. The flirting seems fun and playful until you notice the very apparent arousal of the satyr. as he hops away. The loincloth does not hide much on these.
Oh no.
They are wearing
Boing,
loincloths.
Yeah.
Thank
Boing, slap,
goodness.
boing, slap.
I'll be honest, I had assumed not.
Yeah. Suddenly turns that fun flirtation into a.
Louis watching him go, kind of leaning towards Shaq. At least I still can get both sexes.
Louis still got it.
Still got it. Yeah.
Right. And you are otherwise unmolested by any attention. How
I'll
long?
eventually get tired, take a break.
Yeah. Take a break.
I'll give it a good hour, probably.
Yeah.
You know.
That's
That's a good set.
Yeah, you're giving that some attention actually. There's the traditional pixies putting little wreaths of flowers on your heads, around your necks. One of them actually tries to dance on your viola, but looks a little tipsy and soon tips off of it.
I will try to catch them.
Yeah, they sort of laugh at you, calling you funny. Before they are sort of they flutter away in a really awkward pattern. Right, and but soon enough you take your break, and there's no real complaints.
I'll have a drink.
Yeah,
I'll have a drink and chew on some whatever's free for food.
Free for food.
Gets the drink and fun. Suddenly just really recognizes the wine, like, wait, son of a bitch.
It tastes really good. Not my type though. I don't like it. Not my kind, but it's good, but it's just not my kind. I like sweeter wines than this.
no, I think RG made better wine than this.
I think she does.
So the Santa said he recognized you. Something about children trading for wine.
Oh, is it Rolo Tolo or what's his name? Oh yeah, you said that before we started. Right.
Simply.
Oh, is he mad?
He seemed interesting. You didn't seem angry. He's over there if you want. You said you would like to talk to you.
Alright, okay, you wanna come?
I guess.
Yeah, put it over, give him a bit of a hug, and go walk over and go see, was it Tolo?
Tolo, yeah.
Go see Tolo. Tolo was the ringleader, so, yay.
Right, you wander over, and Tolo's just sort of chatting away with a fawn who sees you coming over and sort of excuses herself with a side little smile, and he winks at her as she heads off before he sort of turns on a little bench he's sitting on to face you both and raises his cup and goes, "Oh, isn't the ladyship?"
I'll take a little bit of a bow, and isn't it Tolo?
My lord was furious about that little trick you pulled.
Oh, which lord was it?
I'm not permitted to use his name no more.
Oh, you're not?
No.
I'm
Banished
sorry.
from his glades.
What? Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would go and ask their forgiveness for you.
No worry, we got the better part of the deal anyway. That wine.
That wine, huh?
I can't imagine how sad he would have felt and he wouldn't get a drop of it. Took it all with us.
Where's the other two?
Oh, didn't want to come to this function.
They didn't want to come to the function.
No, found better things to do with the time.
Good for them.
Yeah, I think this is more fun. Well, never expected to see you again. Either of you.
Yeah, I didn't expect to see you again either.
And your friend over there, he points over at Corvus, who is keeping out of everything. He seems a bit different as well. You've all changed.
Yeah, we've been through a few things. Some stuff's happened, Grew a few inches.
Normally takes a lot longer. But I suppose you mortal types do change quickly. Yes, I got to remember that.
Yeah, well, we're burning the candle at both ends, as it said.
Do they normally grow wings?
No, this is new for him. Adorable. I think it just makes him cuter.
It's very cute.
Mm-hmm.
How about you and him? And he points over at Louis. We could all have a nice little get together.
My husband would be so upset if he wasn't involved.
He's invited, of course.
I have to go all the way out of the Fae to go get him.
Oh,
Yeah.
My wife may have a bone to pick with that.
Oh, yes, your wife is the stick in the mud.
oh, wife. Oh, you don't do that, do you?
No, he did. He did.
Wife, husband. Oh,
Oh, yeah, I know. Stabs you right in the heart, doesn't it?
you're also small-minded in that regard, but everyone's got their thing.
I do not believe motion
Which
of
way
record,
is the realm of your lord?
Oh, remember my lord? That way. And he points back the way you came.
God, you're gonna be dingus.
If I said the name of your lord, could you nod if I was right?
Mhm.
Is it Oberon?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, in that case, I don't think I'd be here.
Did we get the name of that one guy? Out of character.
Why would he want those kids over wine? Wine is so much better.
Oh, he didn't care about that. He cared about us letting you get away.
Oh, me.
Someone pretending to be a, lady fae. That was quite the mark against him.
Technically, I'm a lady. I'm just not a lady fae. It's very different.
Oh.
I mean,
I did put on airs, though.
They also weren't back then.
And honestly, your kind might have taken our titles, but you don't really own them.
This is true.
Uh,
This is true.
Most of you don't even know that, so I don't think it's much to hold against you, but some of the lords...
I didn't know about it. I'd like to learn more about it.
Oh, well, it's quite simple. Early days of not your kind, you're obviously one of us, came from us. But you're obviously part of Dragon. Are any of you like normal humans?
I mean, he's part half
Right, any
elf.
of his kind, and he's going to point over at Corvus.
Mm-hmm.
In the early days, met us Fae, and they loved the presentation that our lords and ladies put on, and thought themselves, we can be like that. And they started to use the titles. It's one of the great divisions,
Really?
It was very upsetting.
Well, yeah, they just kind of put on airs all of a sudden, right?
They put on airs and decided that they were as good as those that they were meeting. Upset the lords and ladies, something fierce.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, and well, the lords and ladies, they can hold a grudge for a good long while, even through the cycles.
Yeah. Well, I do want to apologize to your lord, because
Don't, he's a prick.
All right, I won't then. As well. Hopefully I won't run afoul of them.
Oh, well, you're in Oberon's lands. There ain't no chance of that.
Ah, so they're outside Oberon's lands?
Mm-hmm, yep. Pretty far that way.
Pretty far that way?
Pretty far. You must have come pretty far.
Yeah, quite a ways actually, yeah.
I don't see a fine friend with you. Don't suppose she's still making wine?
She's I'm gonna make the pregnant motion. She's gonna have a baby.
Oh, I thought you were saying she was full.
She's kind of fat.
She is still making.
Right.
But she still makes wine though on the side. She's got a little brewery.
Don't suppose we could get some here?
I think I could arrange that. As long as I don't get kicked out of here.
Oh, of course not. I don't have any more people to trade, so I have to figure something else out.
I could do the dance.
Dance? Just a dance?
Yeah. How about I'll bring you some drink and you give me a good dance.
All right then. In that case, how about you come to my next little affair? The Fawns throw a delightful little thing, but they don't know how to party like we do.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
All right. In the next blue moon, you come along, and I'll give you your dance, and you give me my wine.
All right, I'll bring another couple casks.
Oh, marvelous!
I just got done taking a bunch of pixies to a bakery shop in a town. That was great.
I don't know what those words mean.
All right. It's a building like the humans have,
Mhm.
and it's full of sugars and cakes and bread.
They have a building just for that.
Just for that. That's what they sell out of it. Is they trade off that sugars and cakes and bread and sweets. And so I took the ferries there, and they loaded up a whole barrel full to bring back.
Oh, the humans, they do invent some delightful things.
Yeah. Oh, they do this thing. It's called iced cream. And they take milk and they make it really cold and sweet, and it makes your head hurt when you eat it. But
Wait,
it's
like
so
cold,
good.
like milk that's left out in the winter. They ain't particularly good.
You know, it's really cold though, and it's so good. You have to try it sometime.
Oh, okay.
It's really good.
You bring someone that along, and I'll give you more than one dance.
All right, sounds good.
Bring your husband, and we can have more than a dance. And he sort of
Oh.
wiggles his eyebrows a bit.
Oh,
And you can bring your lady friend. He looks at you, Carrick. I bet he'd be fun as well. And he's actually pointing over at Telday.
he's a bit of a stick in the mud.
Oh, sometime around us, and I'm sure we could loosen him up.
You know, he's fey. Doesn't act a bit like it, but he's fey.
Really now?
Hmm.
You don't often see Faye in metal.
No. Did you hear anything about that nasty business last year? Happened with where the world went all wibble wobble.
Shh. Lordship don't like people talking about that.
I know. Well, oh, you don't want to hear about it then?
Oh, I'm not saying that. Just might want to keep your voice down a bit.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
a bunch of the essence got forced into things like him. He's fey.
He's where it went.
Yeah, some of it. There's a bunch more like him.
Surely you could crack it open and get it back.
No, but it's like he's part of the metal now. So if you
Toto
crack the-
looks vaguely horrified.
I put a hand on his shoulder and give him a sympathetic look. It's really hard for him.
That's a poor lad.
There's a whole bunch of them like that, and we're trying to find out if it'd be okay if they come here, but
Surely though, like, you still take part in the cycle though, right?
I don't know.
Have none of them died yet?
I don't know of any of them that have. That I know of. I mean, they're all outside. They're outside.
And he's not though. I mean, and
Yeah, but he's not. He doesn't want to find out, because what if he doesn't take part in the cycle?
the ladies forbid that.
Yeah, that would be awful. So, hope it doesn't happen, right?
Oh, well, still, it's good that he's come home.
Well, he's visiting. He's deciding what he thinks about it.
I know we're not supposed to talk about it, but everyone knows that the Lord's
But the Lord's what?
been beside himself
About what?
about the missing.
Oh, well, I came to him a couple days ago. I looked over at Carrick, with Telday talking about the missing, trying to see what we could find out. We found the bad person who did it, and we brought him in.
Well, that's good. It'd be good for the Lord to have something to focus on. When it first happened, he wept for a 7 day and raged for a 10.
He saw my lady.
Your lady?
Well, yeah. Tanya.
You're one of those.
Yeah, why do you think I was pretending to be a goddamn free lady?
You're one of the beacon ones.
Yeah.
I mean, really, she's the beacon.
Basically on the beacon one, yeah.
How do you do it? How do you pop those towers of light up?
I don't really know how it happened. It just did. We were helping a little
I think we're talking.
god girl that was trapped. Yeah, this is the beacons of light in the air. I know that, but we were helping. There was one of the gods had a child. Did you hear about that? I don't know if you guys have ever heard about that, but
He's giving you a perplexed look.
all right, so Mayuri and Hevos have finally had a good time, I guess, a few thousand years back. And they had a child. And so they had a little godchild. And apparently they didn't like how she was being really fond of her mortals. And they wanted to give her a kind of a timeout. So they buried her in the ground in a big, deep, dark hole and locked her away so no one could hear her cries. Anyway, we went down and we got her out. And when I did it, there was this weird like lock that only a Fae could open, and when I did, the beacons lit up.
So you've no
Weird,
idea
huh?
how you did it.
I have no idea how I did it.
Beacons are lit. Gondor calls for aid.
Well, I'll be careful who you mention it to. Not everyone's open-minded like me.
Oh, I know. You're smart.
They say it's changing. Hey. Part of why
Bad
the
or
Lord's so
good?
incensed about it is... neither, really. They're just changing.
Hmm. Well, he knows about it. He knows I'm involved. So, but I think he's hoping that I'm gonna help get Tanya back.
He does miss her something terribly.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that there's like a good when she? You're proper Faye. I give the helpful smile of somebody who's not. Why did she die?
Where? Outside.
Yeah. Outside?
Outside.
And she didn't come in?
No. And everyone knows that. You know, he everyone knows that he thinks that she's going to come back, but her essence never returned. At least no one ever saw it.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
If you ever want to go there, it's you leave through the old paths in the western marches. You'll find the area she died.
All right.
Lordship don't like
Thanks.
people going there.
Well, I gotta take care of what he wants to do, and maybe they'll let me have an opportunity to head that way. But I'm keeping you in mind. Next trip back, bringing you back some alcohol.
Right, and I'll save you my best
It's over
dance.
here, right?
Here? No. You'll find me though.
Right. All right. I'll go looking for you, and the path will take me.
Yeah. See? You are one of us. You understand.
I'm learning.
He actually claps you on the shoulder as he stands up, and then he starts walking over towards Telday.
Hmm?
Telday!
Oh, this is going to be entertaining.
That's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Your bio.
No, I'm not.
The satyr is approaching you. And
I'm just going to stare at him.
he smiles broadly as he comes up, and he offers up a cup of wine he's holding and goes, "You drink?"
I do not.
No. You dance?
I have.
Would you care to?
Not particularly.
Oh. Come on, you're home here. You can have fun. It's alright.
That is true.
And he doesn't look particularly insulted or anything. He just looks a little upset, a little sorrowful. And he sort of reaches out and touches your upper arm and goes, "You alright?"
Yes.
You want to stay here? There's plenty of us that'd help you, you know?
No. I appreciate the offer, but I am not interested.
Why not?
I am not home here.
Surely out there's not home, though.
At least there I have responsibility and duty
Oh, you could have that here.
and purpose.
You could have all of that here that you want.
It is frivolous here.
There's frivolity is in the mind of the beholder. Happiness isn't frivolous, is it?
When others are suffering,
Oh.
yes.
See no one suffering here, do you?
Here is not the only place.
And he's looking at you as if he doesn't actually quite get it, but he's nodding anyway. Are they keeping you?
I could ask the same of you.
I'm not being kept.
Are you being offered an opportunity to leave?
He scratches his head a bit and just goes, I mean, I know where the exits are.
And I know how to get here.
But why would I want to go out there? Dreary and hurtful and Zion. Here I get to drink and dance and fucking play.
If that is your desire.
And what more is there?
So much.
Well, I mean, obviously, eating and such as well. And playing music, can't forget
Others.
that. Yeah, I often do that with others. All of those things. One of them requires it, in fact.
I mean, technically.
This life is not what I care for.
What do you care for then?
Being of use, service.
That's all really nebulous concepts, and we have that here. So what's out there that's not here?
The others.
The others bound to the metal.
Yes.
Well, they could come too. Well, I can't speak for our lordship, but I know he misses you all. He was ready to burn things
No.
when you went. No?
No. He misses others. What we once were. Not what we are.
That's one and the same.
Not who we are. No.
Yeah, they change all the time.
I am not what I was. I am what I am.
I ain't what I was last time either.
He cannot miss a thing that he did not know.
Well, he's never met me. But I bet he'd miss me if I was gone. I bet everyone would miss me if I was gone. I'd be gone.
But if he does not know you, how can he miss you?
It's very sad to have to know a thing in depth to miss it. Your kind not care for each other if they haven't met each other.
That is, I suppose, a fair question.
I can't say your existence sounds very fun out there, but, you know, we're not here to force you to do anything.
And how is your lord?
You mean with my lord, or, my lord, and he sort of gestures around him?
The one to whom you all answer.
He sort of scratches his head a bit and goes, oh no, depends on the day, really. Sometimes he's the funnest man at the party. Others, well, he'll bring everything down.
His wrath?
His wrath? Well, I've seen it directed at interlopers, but that's about it. Although there was that nasty business with... Oh, he actually glances over towards Gifton. I think that's the only time he's ever really hurt one of us. You know, properly hurt. Really.
And what of them?
That's not my place to say, really, is it? But I've met her, and I'm glad to have, so...
And yet they would not be welcome.
Oh, she's here, isn't she?
All of them?
He just shrugs a bit and goes, if she's here, I can't imagine it'd be too much to ask for the rest.
Intriguing.
I suppose the outside, they mostly know of my lord for his anger. Yeah?
The stories of the Fae vary.
I'm sure they say that his love is just as boundless.
I believe there is an effect that if he likes you, it is favorable.
Well, if it doesn't work the same out there, then I'm shocked.
I cannot say that it is different, but I cannot say that this is better.
You seem a bit confused to me, my friend, but I suppose that's to be understood. I'm sorry what's happened to you.
You did nothing. Why should you be sorry?
Because we're all one and the same. What the mortals do to one of us, they do to all of us.
Intriguing.
Wow. And he sort of moves his cup of wine from one hand, then back to the other, then back to the other, as if he's not sure what to do, before he just sort of empties it over his shoulder and drops the cup, and then claps both of his hands on your upper arms and goes, you ever want that dance? You come see me. I'm Tolo.
I am known as Telde.
Okay. I even named after one of their gods. Yes, you really do like the outside. I hope you find your fun out there. And he's just going to smile quite genuinely at you before turning on hoof and heading back into the party.
Gonna slowly wander back over with everybody. So it's like there's like a town. Pretty great, right?
It is certainly interesting.
I was thinking about trying something kind of crazy, and then if it doesn't work, I can try it again later. Is that all right with you?
Attempting to move here.
No, that's not crazy. That's an impossible pipe dream. That's completely different.
Why?
Because
Moving them to
how would I set up my business
Beacon?
here? It'd be complicated. I can't just like have how are people gonna get to my tailor shop? And Care's blacksmith. This would be crazy out
But
here.
is it,
Just
You're intending to build-
somewhat gesture toward Dingus.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Dingus, Lord of the Stream and the Bridge, could not be seen constantly ferrying mortals back and forth,
Meep,
right?
meep.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to do that, right? You're not a taxi service. You're not a carriage.
His eyes go vacant for a second before he just goes, "Pay taxi, no?"
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, technically, I guess you were a saddle, so. Also, I don't know. I feel like they're kind of pure and beautiful here.
What is it you're intending on doing?
I was just gonna try and bring Teniel back. So I really don't know if I need to do it in the Fae or if I need to go to the place where she died. I just really don't know. So I was just gonna try, and then if it doesn't work, I'll try it somewhere else. No harm, no foul, right?
Have you considered the potential consequences of bringing back the dead?
Yeah.
Have you considered there could be negative consequences to bringing back the dead?
Justin gets a far off look and nods in the way of somebody who has thought of some very negative consequences. Yeah. But I've thought of all the good things too. There's lots of good things. And if she doesn't want to come back, she just won't, you know? It's not like I'm forcing it.
So that's the point. Doesn't seem the magic works if they don't want to return.
Yeah. But I think there's so many people that would be better off with her here, you know?
I cannot say. They all appear to be happy. I do not see how things could improve from their perspective.
I tilt my head at Tilde. Who do you think I'm talking about?
I suppose things could improve for others.
It'd be better for at least 4 people I know. It'd be great for all my people too, you know?
Perhaps.
Maybe.
Perhaps memories are better.
I tilt my head at
They
Tilde.
can be
I thought you were trying to
purer.
avoid those.
No. I am merely different from what they attempt to be.
Yeah, but I mean, I never really got to know her. All I have is the memories of other people. She doesn't exist without those. So I don't want her to be forgotten. And it's the only way I know how to help.
Stories continue. By telling them.
I'm just gonna give him a sad look. I don't have any though.
You have those you have been told.
But that's not all that she was.
No. But it is not necessarily the bad things either. Those will return.
So you think
think
if I brought
badly.
her back, it would be a bad thing?
It could be. She may not have been as pure as implied by those who wish to remember her fondly.
She was with me though. She felt good.
I also have the feeling if we are looking to somebody be able to fix or restore the fate to what's where she's going to be a necessary component of it.
I will not stop you. I merely recommend caution.
I kind of give a half smile and go, I mean, when I brought Dad back, I really didn't think that one through too hard, but I'm really glad I did. So, but I don't really know what precautions we can take. We're already in the Feywild. Caution's gone to the wind.
Indeed, it has for quite a few people. You hear the voice of Oberon saying,
Oh, no. Hello.
knock, knock, am I invited to this party?
I'm not the host. I gesture at the pause.
No, your little party.
Oh, of course. Are you going to sign up with us?
Not for any length of time. So, I give you all leave to wander as you please. What about the
Yeah.
little ones I found crawling around my place?
What do you mean?
The...
Did my kids come through? Gifton is wide-eyed. Oh, no!
Oh no,
Just
but
checking
those would be
pockets.
a delight. They are more than invited. I'm talking about your 2 military men. They were at the
What?
meeting.
They said they weren't coming.
And then I wander on home when you all decided to leave. And lo and
we
behold,
went out, and I messaged them telling them that we
I
were
know,
outside the...
I caught that. It was very fun. And I caught them. But you know nothing of it.
No. What?
Oh, marvellous.
no.
You are clear of guilt then.
What did they do?
They were trying to break into something very precious for me. One of them was. The other one was just snooping about.
Are they okay?
Of course, I know they are important to you. So I would not harm a hair on their head. But I do have them imprisoned.
But what can we do to make amends for them?
I'm not really sure. It's the first time I've really done this, you see. Normally I deal with interlopers into my realm without much thought, but I'm trying to be good and build relationships, you see.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I look over at Zelda. You're showing a large amount of restraint, my dear king.
Well, I was hoping that you would all supply me with some wonderful counsel, as I'm sure that you have interests of my realm at heart as well as that of the Baratheon line, no?
Mm-hmm.
Marvelous then. In that case, I expect some fair judgment from you, some good advice. Would you like to come?
As someone who's not involved with either governments directly, I may make a suggestion.
Of course.
You informed their delegate that they sent before to talk to you that this has happened, and use them as leverage to gain a better deal for yourself in the coming trade deals.
I like your thinking, although, frankly, I'm still not entirely sure what benefit I'm getting in the first place. But
This is true. I don't actually know what the Feywild's going to trade back and forth with Barast at this point. But, you know...
I mean, the very least study of the lands from those who understand magic are willing not to compromise things in return for wines, foods, things like that mortals make.
no
They seem to be very
satyr.
popular,
I like your little cakes, but not that much.
Mm-hmm.
I was not saying just for yourself, I was saying for your people as well.
I'm glad you have my people in mind. So, this is no place to talk of such matters. Would you all care to join me at my court?
I look over at the rest.
It seems like the most prudent
Hopping
course
on
to-
Tressa again. All right.
Yes, reroll.
I look to Lord Dingus.
Meep, meep. Ah, good. I'm glad that Lord Dingus is accompanying us. I'm sure your realms will be fine without you. Come along then, the path will take us there quickly.
All right, I will start walking.
And he starts to move down the path. The party seems to carry on without any real
Yes,
notice of what's happening.
Gibson seems really confused. That he said he wasn't gonna come. I wanted him to come with me.
Then just nuzzling at your side of your head a bit.
Idiot!
And
Frazzin, actually.
I had said we may want to make sure that they just.
This is why he didn't answer my sending stone twice!
And that would be why I said we should go back and check to make sure.
And as you all walk down the path with Oberon, the surroundings of the path actually shifting quite rapidly, visibly, as you move. That is where we're going to end this week's session.
Okay.
Ba-ba-ba.